skies we stand, through colors that the world has spun, connect the real and virtual worlds. Under different skies we're all as one. Borders fade, every path leads to your shine. A world that's yours outright, creating worlds that we can call our own. Together we step into a world of wonder.
Well, good evening and welcome into PUBG Mobile's 8th anniversary America's Legacy Showdown. I'm Goj. I'm so excited to be back for another anniversary event, and I've got Metalcore this time around in the booth with me. Metal, how you feeling, my man? 8 years of PUBG Mobile. This is crazy.
It's making me feel old. 8 years this game has been out, and I am excited for 8 more. This is about to be insane. Super excited about this one. There's going to be a lot going on and some of the biggest creators in America. So super excited.
Yeah, both America, South America, everywhere in between, people all over the world competing in this one. It's going to be a lot of fun, and our showdown today is going to be a blast. But also, we've got a fantastic update going on right now. PUBG Mobile's been around for 8 years. So many crazy things that we get a chance to talk about. Now, folks, I do want to provide a little bit of context about what is happening, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty later. We do have a tournament in our hands. We've got a competition. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be a lot of fun. But it's all happening, or at least some of the creators are in person in Mexico City. So we should have a chance to see that competition happening from some of the folks that are still at their setups at home, and then a lot of the folks that are in person in Mexico City playing from a museum. The Sumaya Museum is really, really cool. We'll get a chance to look at that in a little bit. But until then, Metalcore, I do believe they're getting everything set up. I want to talk about 8 years of PUBG Mobile, man. What a celebration. 8 years. I will set up this conversation with this. It's actually funny. You are a mainstay, a stalwart in the community for PUBG Mobile, and I want to talk a lot about you. I have a much briefer history. I do remember, though, my first PUBG Mobile event was Live It Community Cup back in 2022, I think. And then I did the 4th anniversary event, and I think the 5th anniversary event. So it's great to be back for an 8th anniversary event now several years later. But Metalcore, talk to me about your history, man. You've been around since the beginning. PUBG Mobile, it's like your life.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. 8 years of PUBG Mobile. I remember when I was streaming in the official PUBG Mobile YouTube channel, joined my stream and was messaging in my stream. It didn't have a check mark. It had 0 subscribers. I was like, is this even legit? And then like a week later, they joined again, boom, check mark, everything. They're like getting the game ready. And so many people were excited, you know, when it first came out. And now 8 years into the game being alive, they are constantly improving and constantly making so many new things for the game. But it looks like we're here in Mexico City.
Yeah, that's right. We got a lot we got to talk about here, and a very hype intro from the folks on site. There's going to be a few interviews that we'll check out as we go. If you are a fan of the Spanish-speaking broadcast, or you speak Spanish and want to go hear all of the interviews, hear what they're talking about, you can head over to the PUBG Mobile LATAM official broadcast. It should be very easy to find if you're on YouTube. We're going to be kind of talking over the interviews, as this is the English broadcast, and kind of just hanging out until the games get started. Should be, you know, several minutes till we get into the action of the gameplay, but you're gonna see some hype stuff like this: dances, interviews, celebrations, because Metalcore, that's what it's all about. 8 years of PUBG Mobile, we are here to celebrate.
Yes, every single time we have a brand new anniversary, they hype things up for this game. And honestly, one of the biggest themes is I'm seeing so many freebies and great opportunities for the players in game to get all the excitement surrounded by the 8th anniversary. So it's super cool to see something like this in person. I know that there's a bunch of creators streaming at their home, and they're going to be part of the custom games later on in this tournament. But it's always super exciting to see an IRL PUBG Mobile event. I've been part of some myself. Me and you have been part of some together.
Yes,
It's definitely the cool thing about mobile gaming is that you don't got to be sitting at home playing a mobile game. You could be playing it in a museum like they'll be doing here soon enough.
Yeah, that's right.
PUBG Mobile is absolutely amazing for that.
Yeah, really cool stuff. I love IRL events like this, and they've got a really cool setup in the Sumaya Museum in Mexico City. We had a chance to see some of the cameras and some of the setup, and it's awesome. But you're right, it is mobile, so yeah, you can play from the museum. You can play outside in the line on the way into the museum. We saw some spectators doing that, so yeah, crazy stuff. But now, let's talk a little bit about PUBG Mobile's history. Our first match, folks, if you're wondering, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, gonna start in 25 minutes, so we got plenty of time here to talk and watch and see what's happening. And again, I want to remind you, our mods can help you out with this. If you do speak Spanish, you can head over to the PUBG Mobile LATAM channel. They're going to be live over there, breaking everything down, and you can listen in to the Spanish side of things. Here, we're going to be yapping about PUBG Mobile in general on the English broadcast. But Metalcore, let's swing back to this 8-year anniversary chatter, okay? You were talking to me about your history. You were talking about history of PUBG Mobile. They weren't even verified yet when you first got involved. What was the path like when you first got started with PUBG Mobile? What was it like being a creator for what was at the time like a brand new game?
Oh man, it's like nostalgic at this point, man. It's crazy to think about that. PUBG Mobile, they reached out to me and they're like, yeah, we want to start a YouTube channel. We want creators to start making content on this channel. So like myself and Powerbang and a bunch of other people were making content on the channel, as well as playing this extremely known game that was in the PC console realm, but on mobile. And it really, really made its, I guess, it really paved the path for mobile gaming, because there was nothing like it at the time. And there still is, 8 years into the game being out, there still is nothing like it. So, you know, when I started playing it, I was absolutely amazed. And to this day, they continue to amaze me with the constant updates. There's very few games in the world that consistently do massive updates every 2 months. But PUBG Mobile takes it a step further, and they're constantly updating the game every, week. And it's insane. So honestly, it's been awesome.
It's crazy, man. It's cool to see your journey too as a content creator, like learning the content creator space, with PUBG Mobile. And now it's been 8 years, which is absolutely bonkers to say. I mean, 8 years ago, I wasn't even in gaming. And I remember PUBG Mobile dropping. And the cool thing I think about PUBG Mobile too was it had such a big global impact, which informs events like we're watching today, right? We're live from Mexico City. You and I are live from our own homes, but we've got a massive community live in person. So you might look at this. We even got cosplayers. We got everybody with celebration, birthday party hats basically on for the 8th year anniversary. It's just cool that there's kind of a celebration of PUBG Mobile all around the world because of the global impact this game has had, right? We've had events literally all over the world in person, in tons of different countries, you know, let alone some of the events we've done in the US together. So yeah, it's just it's an unbelievable thing to say that a game's been around for 8 years like this on mobile and still has an opportunity to make an impact for probably another 8 years or more.
Oh yeah, I mean, even them adding the World of Wonder game modes, I mean, you've seen that's just unlimited imagination, you know, to be able to just play forever. I feel like with the creativity that they add, and then every single update, they don't just leave that update and go, okay, we'll never be able to play it again. You could add those things that they added into those updates into World of Wonder, and it just feels like forever. And there are people that have built communities, they have built lifelong friends, and myself, like, I've built a family. You know, I met my wife through PUBG Mobile, and I have a daughter. You know, so it's crazy what this game has done. I remember when I was in Europe for one of the first times and I walked into a store, and I think the game hadn't even been out for like a year or two, and there was a guy playing PUBG Mobile like sitting at the store, and this was the first time ever that I saw a game have such a heavy impact globally, and it amazes me to this day. Me as a player and as a creator, I am super proud of what PUBG Mobile has become and what it continues to do to this very day. They not only have a great creator space, they not only have a great game, but they also have a great esports space. It's absolutely amazing. It's amazing what they've done in 8 years.
Yeah, it really is. And you can see, I mean, speaking of content creators, there's a lot of content creators globally participating in this one as well. We've got a lot of Mexico-based content creators, content creator from Spain participating. We've got a huge El Salvador, Honduras, Argentina, Colombia. I mean, all of these different countries represented by creators on site. And then we also have our North American content creators, of which we'll talk about those a little bit later, but it's all the names that you all know. It's the same, you know, notoriety as metalcore, right? It's all the classic PUBG Mobile creators. You got Winsanity in there. You got the whole crew, right? And it's cool to see this kind of global coming together in the Americas region, for North America, South America in particular, getting a chance to kind of compete and celebrate and have a dang good time. Well, Metalcore, you've been talking a lot about updates, and while our on-site team continues to do some awesome interviews, and we'll get a chance to see more of the venue, I do want to talk about for a moment the update that has come with the 8th anniversary, because like you said, PUBG Mobile is constantly dropping new content, and this 4.3 update for the 8th anniversary has kind of a lot going on. So I would love for you to talk to me about maybe some of your favorite parts. We don't have to hit everything. It's been out for a little while now, but we'd love to talk about like what you've been kind of playing around with on your streams and content and kind of your favorite parts about it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first things as someone who plays PUBG Mobile, people love their collections because we've been collecting on our accounts for 8 years, and the moment everybody logged in, they saw this new feature called Collection Showroom, and we're like, what the heck is that? And they never announced it. It just was sudden. And it's this room that people can join in, and you could put your supercars, your skins, your collaboration items all in one place after 8 years of collecting. And you got people flexing like, oh yeah, this skin came out in 2018, man. And it's just crazy. So that was one of the huge things that they added without even just saying anything. But things that they did speak of is we've got the brand new 8th anniversary update on Erangel, Livik, and Miramar. That update includes sections of the map that almost rewind time and bring back special big moments from certain updates that people like. You could increase your tier levels through the skills that they added. Yeah. With those skills, I'll talk a little bit more about the skills in a little bit, but with those skills, you could open different sections around the map. So if I'm on Erangel and I open a S tier building, it might allow for me to revert back in time and see the T-Rex update and then get loot as the T-Rex comes out.
That's crazy.
It's super cool. And not only that, but I've noticed over the last, I would say 1 to 2 years maybe, there's been even more new PUBG Mobile players. And we've got the veterans, you know, the 8-year veterans, the 6-year veterans, but we've got new players constantly playing this game. And it's even to the surprise of like, oh yeah, like when the game came out, I was 12 and now I'm in college and I'm like, oh
I'm so old. I'm so old.
Oh my God. So, you know, with this brand new update, you know, the biggest thing that they added were these skills that you could choose before the game starts. We've got the healing skill, the detection skill, the combat skill, the recon skill. There's the vehicle skill. There's different skills you could choose, and it just depends on what your playstyle is. But again, it's just another way PUBG Mobile is completely changing up the way the game is played, and it makes it so entertaining as a player to always have a refreshing experience. These skills, we'll see creators be using these skills. For me, I like using the healing skill. That's something that boosts your healing abilities. So let's say a bandage takes a couple seconds. Oh, well, now it's going to take let's say it takes 5 seconds. Oh, it takes 2 seconds now as you level up that skill. Or you could revive your teammates quicker. Or if you've got a combat skill, every time you knock an enemy, your reload speed is faster. Or you could recover health as you knock enemies. The recon skill, you hit enemies and then they mark the enemies for a short period of time. And each of those skills, you can rank up those skills as the match goes on. And that's one of the big things that they added to this most recent update. We also got a brand new weapon, the M1 Garand, which is extremely fun to use. I don't know if you know the iconic ting noise that the M1 Garand yeah, so it's got a bayonet on it. You can melee with it. It's pretty crazy.
You're to hear something crazy? You're to hear something crazy with the M1 Garand, by the way? Yeah, it's a good weapon. I've actually had a chance to use it in game and see a lot of videos on it and stuff from content creators like you. Very cool. Crazy thing, I actually have done some, like, gone to a range and shot an M1 Garand before at a test range, and it sounds just like it does in game, like right when you finish your magazine, and it does that iconic ping sound. It's cool that was added into the game.
Yeah, I think it's even cooler they added the bayonet to it. I did not expect them to do something like that. I think constantly PUBG Mobile is trying to figure out how to change the game, but not change it to the point where the core gameplay is, you know, changed so much. And trust me, the player base, they let PUBG Mobile know if something's going on in the game. That's something I would say that has changed in the last 8 years. Sometimes it took a while for PUBG Mobile to implement some fixes. No, man, we got hot fixes now. They'll fix something in the game or change something that the community has feedback about very quickly. And I think that's absolutely amazing. So in the amount of 8 years this game has been out, they've improved on so many levels.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, that's that's the making of a great game is having a community that can give feedback quickly, and then a dev team that can implement said feedback very quickly as well. That's a lot of trust built from 8 years of this game and releasing of content. So I totally agree. This 4.3 update is actually really, really sick. I've had a chance to see it now. Oh, we get a look at a larger view outside the venue here, and really cool stuff. It looks like the broadcast is actually like projected on that building. Did I see that right?
Insane.
That's so cool. But yeah, I had a chance to take a look at some of like the vaults that open up when you reach like the S tier, for instance, and some of the skills. There's like a lot. You were talking about the T-Rex and the loot. There's kind of like a lot of stuff you could pick up from the vault. There's even like a revive tower, I believe, in one of them.
It's a mini revive tower you could respawn your team at. It's crazy. I don't know how they think of this stuff, but they do, and they put it into the game. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's super, super cool. So definitely check out the update, folks, if you haven't had a chance to. And I am seeing a lot of folks in chat asking about UC. Don't worry, there's a lot of ways to earn UC, but there is going to be some UC given away, not only in the pricing to our creators competing today, which they can do with what they will, but also a giveaway towards the end of the broadcast today. So just stay tuned. You'll see it on show. Very hard to miss. You'll hear me yapping all about it and of how to get involved. And so just stay tuned and we'll keep you updated, all right? But as we kind of keep talking about this, Metal, look, for the 4.3 update, You said, is healing your favorite of the 5 skills that you can pick up on? Because there's kind of like a lot you earn from each of these skills depending on, if you can level it up all the way to S and which one you decide to choose. The vehicle one's very cool, where you can take less kind of fall damage if you jump out of the car, for instance. But there's kind of a lot going on. You said healing was your favorite. Any others that kind of stand out to you?
Honestly, as a content creator, all of them are great for making content. Like even the vehicle one, like, going 100 kilometers an hour, flying out of your car, not taking fall damage, and, catching the enemy by surprise would be a super cool video. But the reason why I like the healing skill is because it has the most benefits for yourself and the team. If you need to revive your teammates, instead of it being a 10-second revive, if you got it to the S tier, it reduces it, I think, to like a 4-second or something like that. So
4.
So it's a pretty big reduction, and then on top of that, you're able to heal yourself quicker with, meds and stuff. So I love that one. I try to use the combat skill, but if you're having a bad game, you're not getting enough elims, that combat skill doesn't help you as much.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen a creator Dark in some of these tournaments where he's just destroying these 30
flying at people.
Yeah, so if you're in that case, go with the combat skill. It makes sense because you're healing as you're playing, you don't even gotta heal, you're just fighting and healing. And so it really it's a preference thing. With this game, and I constantly see it, especially with the 8th anniversary, they're releasing a bunch of content with like players that have played the game for 8 years. The PUBG Mobile community is so diverse with age, gender, regions, whatever it may be. And so some players, they don't play PUBG Mobile as aggressive. They use it as a way to unwind and relax. So maybe the driving skill might be better for them because they don't want their car to explode as easily because they like driving around Erangel or whatever. So by adding multiple skills, it allows for you guys, the players, to just choose whatever they want to play. But healing skill on top for me. I'm not sure if chat agrees, but chat, let us know what skill you guys use.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff there. I totally agree. That's a great breakdown. The decrease of reload speed is really, really nice if you are flying at your opponents for sure. and that like small heal when you get the eliminations and stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I feel like you're a bit of a philanthropist though, because you're like, I'm trying to assist my teammates, right? If you're going the healer and being able to pick up the teammates much faster, they come back with more health if you've ranked it up enough. And then also just healing in general being better for you. I'd say you're a philanthropist. You're very kind to your teammates. You're very giving, which I appreciate. I don't think everybody else is as kind as you, but it is quite nice if you're in kind of a pretty intense moment in a team play, maybe at the end circle or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, say that to my actual teammates. They probably would they disagree with you. They'd be like, he's just trying to make content. He's not going to revive us.
Right. No, that's so funny. Yeah, so some really cool stuff. One of the other fun parts about our update is you see more folks all celebrating PUBG Mobile and the 8th anniversary. Some really cool stuff there. It looks like our interview's actually wrapped up here, Metal. So fun stuff. I think they're going to get the games sorted next. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to be seeing Erangel, and then I believe we're going to be rolling into Rondo. But we'll be right back in just a moment to talk a little bit more about what's going on, folks. Let's head to a short video. Welcome back, folks. PUBG Mobile 8th Anniversary America's Legacy Showdown. We had a ton of fun at the top of the show. I'm Goj, this is Metal, and we had a chance to see our interviews on site, folks. The event is happening in Mexico City at the Sumaya Museum, and we're going to be hanging out here giving you the English broadcast, but there is that PUBG Mobile LATAM channel that's going to be broadcasting everything in Spanish locally, so go check that out if you do speak Spanish. But let's talk a little bit about the format. Our games are actually about to get started, Metal. We're moving quick today, and so let's talk about it. It's nice and easy. We're starting with Erangel, and then we're headed to Rondo. 2 maps today, and I'm excited about both of these. The classic, the new. This really feels like 8th anniversary, all right? We get to see the OG map and the newest map in the same competition after an 8-year-long run of PUBG Mobile and many more years to come. These 2 maps are, of course, mainstays. 2 very big maps, by the way, so we're going to have a lot of room to work with on the map. But let's talk about the format and how it's going to work. We're going to be playing these 2 maps, but there's kind of a lot of different ways you can earn score and some things that you should pay attention to. Now, the one thing that you will notice on this graphic is something that looks pretty familiar. If you do get that winner chicken dinner, you do earn placement points, so you will earn 20 points for that, and then it scales all the way down to 10th place, getting only 4 points. And then every elimination does give you some extra points. That's 2 points per elimination. So if you get 5 eliminations, for instance, as a team, that's an extra 10 points. You all know how to do math, nice and easy. And on the right, we've got some challenges, okay? So some of these challenges are ways for your team to earn extra points on the overall leaderboard. You can see, for instance, challenge number 3, Troll on Wheels. You get eliminations by running over vehicle or enemies in your vehicle. You get an extra 10 points per elimination. So this is pretty big and definitely can change our leaderboard if you're able to secure some of these challenges. But some of our challenges don't grant extra points. They just grant you a win in that challenge, for instance. So challenge 1, if I move, they won't see me. The longest distance traveled on foot across both lobbies. It doesn't give you extra points, but if you are the one that moves the most, you're going to at least win that challenge for your team, because our pricing is a little bit different. We've got our overall pricing for this competition based on points, and we also have a captain challenge pricing where whoever completes the most challenges, they'll earn some extra pricing as well. So that's kind of how that works. If you've got questions, you can ask us as well. So 2 different leaderboards kind of we're playing for. How many challenges can you complete, and then how many points can your team earn via placements, eliminations, and then, of course, some of those challenges. But let's talk about the team's medal. I'm going to throw this to you. Walk me through some of our teams that maybe we haven't seen on site with our North America or North America adjacent teams.
Man, we have Team Winsanity. This is kind of a goated squad. We've got Winsanity, Berg, Bobby Plays, and Mango. All of them legends in the mobile scene. So it's pretty crazy to see this squad orientation right here. Would never expect it. I know that they were playing together the other day, and it was really funny to see their interaction. So I'm curious to see if they're going to be like a funny squad to watch and play, or if they're going to take it super serious. So yeah. Winsanity, man, it's going to be pretty crazy. We got Rolex here.
Rolex is a classic. This is a mainstay with PUBG Mobile competitions here, Metal.
Yeah, Rolex, Cisco, CoScript, and Yamna Gaming. Yamna is always like the dark horse. She is super good at the game, and she always performs super well in these tournaments. So this is a pretty solid squad as well. Really excited to see how this one will play out. Rolex, I mean, he's an ex-pro player, so we'll have to see if that, you know, correlates to this tournament after so many years of not playing. But excited about this. Both of these squads actually really solid. The next thing we've got going on is Team Dab Plays. We got Dab Plays, Little B, Rose Smith, and Red Eyes. Honestly, this is actually a really good squad as well. I know Dab Plays has been playing PUBG Mobile for just as long as I have. I think Red Eyes as well. So, and Little B's a really solid mobile gamer, so as Rose Smith. So these teams so far are just solid lineups, Goj.
Yeah, this is a sweaty team, I feel like. I think Little B's going to show us a little something. He's competed in some of these PUBG Mobile showcase events, and like you said, very talented across multiple mobile titles. But let's talk a little bit more about some of the other rosters. We got Farouk, because of course, why wouldn't we have Farouk? Talk about an OG, talk about a guy that's been churning out content since the beginning. Farouk, Zeke, Ice Stream, Dr. Chemist as well. Metal, I actually had a chance to commentate with Dr. Chemist not too long ago. He did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, Dr. Chemist, he is I wouldn't say he's up and coming because he's already up. Dr. Chemist has been doing really good performance-wise for tournaments and for his content, and he's very smart going into these tournaments. So I'm curious to see how he's going to do with the challenges specifically, because that's the best of his abilities is doing those challenges. He's always really smart about that.
Yeah, big brain for sure. Let's take a look at Team Bella Fox. We got Bella Fox, Noah Sunday, Sade, and T-Mags. Roster's looking nice. What do you think about this one?
You know, I love seeing these teams because we've got Bella Fox, Noah Sunday, Sade, and T-Mags. A lot of these OG mobile gamers that I've seen for so many years in the communities. And Noah is always extremely competitive. T-Mags has been around for the 8 years of PUBG Mobile being out, and Bella Fox is always another one of those like Dr. Chemist. She's really good at the challenges. So I feel like we've got some sweaty squads and we've got some challenge squads in the teams that we've got lined up here for us today, Goj.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take a look at our next roster. We've got a lot of folks to get through. We got Team Garcia up. And again, some of our creators, so we've got it's again, America. So it's our North American teams. A lot of them are playing from their own setups, but a lot of our South American teams or South American adjacent are actually playing on site in Mexico City, which is crazy. But Team Garcia, Metal, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you do know some of our South American teams, feel free to chime in and let me know. I've seen a lot of the content. Of course, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't get as much value, but we got some cracked creators on these rosters.
Oh, yeah. I'm curious if these creators are going to have any issues with playing at like a LAN event.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll let you know which ones I'm familiar with. Matt's in Life, I've been on events. I've been on team, I think once a team with him. And he's an extremely good mobile gamer. So
nice.
Got to be on the lookout for Matt's in Life. We got Team Agrowan. And Lou Power is someone that I'm familiar with as well. So I've seen him in tournaments and events. So, I mean, already very familiar faces with the LATAM side of things here. And I think the North American side is going to have a big challenge on this tournament.
Yeah, and Fernand Flu is representing El Salvador, by the way. So you're seeing all of the different players and the flags of the countries that they represent, which is really cool. Let's take a look at Team Jahan and Jahan Zhu there. We've got a couple folks representing Mexico, of course, but overall, another star-studded roster ready to showcase what they've got on LAN. I believe we actually had an interview. I want to say Alucard just had an interview a moment ago. I'll try to see if I can get clarification on that. But we saw a couple of these creators. Their faces are looking very familiar on site just a second ago, which is really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what their setup is going to look like. Yeah, Alucard's someone that I've seen in tournaments and stuff in the past. I think we used to do events like this a few years back where it was merging both of the America's communities. So it's actually really refreshing to see something like this again for the 8th anniversary.
Yeah, it's a return to form, right? That's the whole celebration. And taking a look, Team Meki, this is another star-studded roster. You can see very professional headshots across the board as well.
They're ready.
And this team is all representing, it looks like Colombia and then Argentina there for a third player. So again, like I said, we're representing all of the Americas in this competition, which is really cool.
I love to see that. Just to show how global PUBG Mobile is, but even how localized it is for us in the Americas. So super great to see. All these teams are very solid. You know, mobile gamers, PUBG Mobile gamers that have been playing for the whole 8 years of the game being out. Let's check out the next team we got. Team Santana.
Yeah, Team Santana, definitely one to watch out for. And like you said, all content creators have been a part of the PUBG mobile space for a long time, and the mobile space in general. We've got a couple folks here representing Mexico, and then Argentina as well, represented by El Loco Santi. So another great roster, and I'm excited to see. That's all of our 10 teams, by the way. So it's 10 quads all competing on the map together. It's going to be a total of 40 players. And again, they're all playing for placement points, eliminations, and then those challenges. And you can earn points either which way you go. Because again, Metalcore, some of those challenges, like getting eliminations by running people over in vehicles. You can do that on all the maps. You can go for that, and it's a lot of points. I mean, 2 eliminations with vehicles is the same as a winner chicken dinner in terms of placement points. So there's a lot of points available in these challenges, and I think your playstyle could be totally up to you on what your team's going to succeed on based on your skill level or what you prefer or the content that you make.
Oh yeah, and honestly, like by adding those challenges, it just makes it so much better, because you could have your ex-pro player Rolex being super professional, be an IGL, and then he just gets ran over by some random dude, 15 points on the board, or his entire squad gets wiped by being ran over. You just never know what happens. It's PUBG Mobile. It's a battle royale game at the end of the day, and that little bit of randomization is what makes people just love the game so much. So very excited 100%. To see the challenges in play. I mean, there's 2 that I'm looking out for. It's the car challenge, but also that melee one. If anybody could get any melee eliminations, that's going to be not only hilarious, but great for the challenges, because I think you said the challenges are separate from the actual prize winnings, but if you win the challenges, you have a separate actual winner for those challenges. So, that could be Farouk's squad with Dr. Chemist or Bella Fox's squad, because they're just focusing on the challenges, which we might see in these 2 games on Erangel and Rondo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the prize pool, by the way, is 30,000 UC, if I remember correctly. So winning squad will pick up 20,000 UC, and then the captain who completes the most challenges picks up 10,000 UC. So that's like the separate prize pool I was talking about. So some cool stuff there. But yeah, I mean, hey, and with this update too, it'll be fun to see if we decide to utilize this update in the themed mode on Erangel. And if we do, which of those different skill sets that we were talking about at the beginning, you have 5 different skills you can choose from. Which of those are you picking up? Because again, I don't know. I play a lot of sports, and PUBG Mobile, very similar in competitions like this. Like when I play pickleball, you can have totally different play styles, right? You can get really aggressive, or you can play really defensive and just try to win through your endurance and your recovery. And I think in a competition like this, your playstyle can be dictated by the skills that you choose. Do you want to play a little bit more defensive, or do you want to play really, really aggressive and maybe take that combat skill like we were talking about?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if we're going to see like one specific skill, if we end up going that route that all the people are choosing, and you'll see maybe some random ones scattered here and there, and that could really be a telltale sign of what skills the majority like using. But also, like, these are custom games. These are not going to be public lobbies or anything like that. It adds that extra level of, I don't know, when I play in these custom rooms, fear for me. Like, I'm like, oh, geez, like, there's way more on the line than my rank. You know, my clout is on the line. If I get squad wiped by Rolex, I'm going to hate it. So, you know, we'll have to see what happens. No matter what, there's going to be even the classic mode stuff. Like, if we don't play on the actual themed mode, the M1 Grand is going to be on Erangel. That's the brand new weapon. That thing rips. It's only got 8 bullets. You can't add an extended mag or anything on it. It's just the classic M1 Grand. But, man, like, it just feels good when you're shooting it. It hits hard. It's 7.62. And, yeah, I just very excited about this. Always, honestly, I get so hyped when I do these casting things, because I'm like, I just want to play the game when I'm when I'm watching people play the game. It just makes me so excited. So very excited to see what comes from this.
No, I totally agree. It's always fun when we have competitions like this, because the strategy conversation that you and I can have in the booth, we can go on for years, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's so many different ways you could play this competition and try to win this competition. Knowing a lot of these creators, as much as this is a friendly competition celebrating our 8th anniversary here with PUBG Mobile, it's going to be sweaty, all right? It's going to be really competitive. Listen, I know Winsanity. He's a great content creator machine. I talk to him often, and I got to say, as much as he loves content, he loves to win maybe more. It's literally in his name. So folks like that, Rolex, we talked about. I mean, these are folks that like to win. They're going to be sweating for a victory here, Metal, and they're going to be looking for every opportunity to get points. So, hey, look, if you get the M1 Grand, maybe the bayonet is calling to you. Maybe that's the way you get your melee kill. I believe that would count.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, there's all these little nuanced ways you can earn some extra points, Metal. So I throw it back to you. I think our game's about to get started. If you were playing, you have the luxury of being in the booth with me, but if you were playing, what would be the strategy you decide to implement? Is there something you would go for first based on what you see in the challenges, or how are you going to play the map? Like, give me some intel in the mind of Metalcore.
Okay. I think because this is only 2 matches, usually we have like I think 5-6 matches in, in events. So usually the first match is a way to tell like, oh well, they were playing aggressive and whatever. This other team was playing very passive, so maybe we got to change our strategy. But there is none of that. I feel like we're gonna see just complete chaos in both of these matches. And if I were to go into this, I mean, all of these squads, a lot of them have synergy, especially the North American squads. Like I know a lot of these people have played together. I know a lot of these people play the game very actively. I think that they could rely on their teammates really well. And I think I would be able to rely on my teammates very well. I think that they'd be active in the game and they know what they wanted to do. So it wouldn't be a discussion of, usually there's a discussion of like, oh, we're going to have to carry courage or something like that. Like we're going to have to help someone. Yeah. Sure. I feel like more so it's going to be like, okay, well, will we have the opportunity to actually melee somebody or will we have the opportunity to run someone over? So, you know, that would be for me what I would decide with my team. Here we go.
Yeah, we're in, man. It's time for our first game, and we are on our 8th anniversary, our update. We are in our themed game mode, Metalcore. I am excited about this one. We got our hot drops. It's still Milton's Pochinki Hospital Mansion, as per the usual with the update. And I'll be very curious to see where everybody lands and what they decide to do in those hot drops. Because, again, you've got that yellow life you can play around with. It's going to get crazy at the beginning of this.
Yeah, you get that one free respawn at Hospital, Pochinki Mansion, or Milta, and it looks like we're having a massive Pochinki hot drop here. Love to see it. I do see one squad going down to Ferry Pier. Don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's Rose. I think that's Rose Smith is what I can tell. So I don't know where they're going. They're going to go hang out there at Ferry. Everybody else, almost everybody else is in Pochinki. We got a couple folks getting out late going to hospital, it looks like. I can't imagine anybody stretches the mansion. This is going to be utter chaos.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be absolute chaos. Already shots going out. Already fights happening. This is what happens at hot drops, Goj.
Oh, I'm here for it. And it looks like, oh no, Carolee's already down. But this is what we expected to see. Now, again, Metal, while we have just a moment trying to figure out where all the action is, because it's literally everywhere, it is worth mentioning, something unique about this update is that, yes, there's a hot drop, and yes, you have that yellow life. You kind of have that free respawn if you die. You've got to be inside of the zone where that yellow life applies. And I don't think that we're in that zone here in this building over in the corner of Pochinki. So, yeah, got to be careful.
Yeah, no, I think they might barely be on it, but even
just
if
on the edge,
okay. Yeah, on the edge. Even if they crawl, it might be a little deadly. And technically, I mean, look at this guy's landing back at Pochinki, I'm pretty sure, to help his team. Because even if he dies again, they could just respawn him at a respawn tower. But this is a great way to get those elims up. I love seeing the LATAM American players putting in work because there's always been that, like, you know, because we kind of are on the same server almost. The LATAM and North American creators and players, like, there's always that competition, so it's always really cool to see a competition between players like this. We got Team Insanity up here. Wynn's been playing this update a lot, so he should be dominating in this tournament, especially at the hot drop when you start learning things. Right there, that rail there, it's a little musical rail to get around that. Was that Bobby? In a corn outfit?
Yeah, they are chilling, having a good time, and it is worth mentioning too. You can actually see that border of where your yellow life applies. So it does look like, I want to say Fur is just on the outside of it, but yes, the fight we saw earlier was just on the inside. So we'll pay attention to that because that is worth mentioning, and it is something you got to pay attention to. But it looks like right now we're just looting up, trying to make sure that we're all kitted out, ready for the fights.
Yeah, I think that the hot drop isn't as crazy. Everybody is able to, I think it was crazy at the beginning, but everybody's able to get loot, be together as a squad, and then start pushing throughout the hot drop. Here's one of the new looks to the building in the update over at Hospital here. And you can see all the different animations and stuff that this 8th anniversary brings. And at some point, it continues to change the look of the buildings as the match goes on in the hot drops.
And you also have those rails, another way to get around the map quickly.
Oh, those things are great. Those things are super great. T-Max getting knocked down by Low.
That's a big pickup Again, all of these eliminations are with 2 points, so, you know, you
Huge.
see that everybody's still alive, and anybody that's being cut down early are able to respawn at least once, but yeah, eliminations. We have 4 elims on the side of McKee's squad.
And Rolex is right behind him with 3 elims. This is pretty early on, but I mean, I've been in events where like we've just had terrible starts, terrible matches, and get 0 elims. So you want to go to these hot drops, especially in only 2-round tournaments like this. You want to go to the hot drops, you want to get that free respawn, and you want to at least try to get those extra points through the elims. And possibly, I don't know if you're going to be able to run anybody over, but you might be able to melee someone in here or do something in these hot drops. Here it comes. Look at the map is going to be changing. And here comes Rolex pushing into that main building, but all the buildings start changing to this new kind of 8th anniversary look.
Yeah, there's some really cool animations with this update. I totally agree, but we've got a fight about to be on our hands, trying to bait it out with some equipment.
This is
Smokes to cover a push.
This is the main building that people push. This is where you could get some of the best loot at this hot drop. So Rolex is pushing in here. If they could squad wipe this team, it could be huge for their points because they could instantly be up there on the leaderboards. But they got to look out for the other teams that are around that are still sticking. Got some
nice
damage.
there.
Nice, yeah. Oh, here comes Winsanity's team coming in from behind. So now Rolex's team could be pinched here. So they got to play it safe and play it careful. At least they, you know, with these hot drops, you're able to get looted up pretty quickly. All like, you know, level 2, level 3 gear, whatever weapon combination you like to have. It's pretty easy. I'm pretty sure Mango here actually got on the roof by using that rail system you have. It's a great way to get on those roofs. And Win getting knocked from Rolex's team.
Got to be careful here. We got Bobby Place trying to play trade, but doesn't have the angle for it.
Ooh.
See Cisco inside, taking a bit of damage from the nades over the top from Mango, but they're not going to be able to push this. And Bobby actually goes down as well, I believe. Dr. Chemist goes down in the feed. A lot going on and trouble in the camp of Winsanity.
Yeah, Rolex took the opportunity to start pushing that right away. He's like, oh, I know it's Win, I'm pushing. But it looks like Mango and Ferg, last 2 up on the squad, they're bailing out to ensure they keep that extra life and possibly be able to get some elims here with that extra life that they have. It's not over for Win or his squad because they still have those extra lives, but they do have to play it safe because it is early in the game and it is a great opportunity to just get some elims on the board when you're going to these hot drops.
Yeah, and we'll pay attention to some of those challenges as well. If we do see them, they'll probably come up a little bit later. The big ones are melees, the Fight Club challenge, which is using close combat, you know, getting a melee elimination. You got the Road Troll, which is those eliminations by running people over. Those are the big ones in terms of points. But also Hot Potato, eliminations using grenades and Molotovs. So that's one of the reasons you saw, let alone the efficacy of you know, lethals like Rolex was using. But if he was able to pick up an elimination with them, that's some extra points. So a lot on the line here for some of these challenges.
I mean, Rolex is up there with the if I move, they won't see me. He's been constantly on the move, and that's just how much you move on foot. And that's just one of the challenges. It's just, these are a great, solid amount of challenges that are pretty diverse, whether it's combat-based or just literally walking around. I think that is pretty inclusive to the group of creators we're seeing here, both competitively and just for fun. You know, that's why I love when they add challenges to these events, because it just purely just makes it so much more fun.
I totally agree.
We still got, I think this is like 4 squads still here. They're playing it a lot more slower now. Team Johanzu's got the main building still locked down. They haven't been pushed out of that. They've got level 3 gear, P90s in hand, so they're definitely getting the upper hand here. Oh, here's the zone.
Look. Yeah, look at the map. We are headed to middle of map. Now, this is good news if you're a Pachinki fan, because, well, you don't have to move for quite some time. We do see Noah Sunday up on the outside of Hospital, seemingly either won that POI or one of the only ones still there at the very least. Rose Smith is still doing, I don't know what, down at Fairy Pier. Maybe getting his workout in, maybe going for the longest run in the game.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but we do see, it looks like maybe one roster. I can't quite tell who that is, but there's one roster over there at Milta where there's that racetrack. Now, I don't think the racetrack itself will give you any extra points in this competition, but it is a cool value add to the map.
No, you can get some extra loot if you complete the races around the map. True. So there's so many different ways to get quickly geared up, especially with the tier system. And actually, that's something that I don't think we could see unless we start seeing like people healing each other quicker or reloading quicker. But I'm curious to see what skills these creators went into this tournament
true.
with.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, because I think we're in the observer system. We can't see that on their screen, but we'll pay attention to see if we can pick up any of the clues left behind by the way they're playing. Especially if you see some of the vehicle craziness. I'm sure that one's going to be quite obvious to us, but see a couple other folks on the run getting their workouts in.
Level low, first creator to be S tier. That means he could go to any of the different POIs across the map all the way up to S tier and just get freebies, free loot, free revives if it's... there's only a couple S tier areas of the map. Ooh. Winsanity might be rolling straight into those gunshots right there, but now we're going to Dr. Chemist on Farouk's team. They're still in Pachinki. A lot of action in Pachinki because the zone is just perfectly around that. I also saw the zone was possibly going into the military side of things, and if it does, we do have a new update to the BRDM. So if anybody finds a flare in this match, they could get the BRDM, and that BRDM now has a mounted gun to it, Doge. So way better than what it used to be.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll change things up quite a bit. Maybe give you some impetus to go for getting people weak and then going for a vehicle kind of splatter elimination. But
ooh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
We'll keep an eye out for that as we take a look at Zeke on Farouk's team. I will say, as it was chaos at the very beginning. I mean, you could see the amount of eliminations, or the points from eliminations, rather, on the right. Definitely some chaos. This has been a bit more strategic, a little bit slower paced than maybe I was expecting, probably because it's a custom match with a bunch of really good creators, and everybody's taking it very seriously. So some of these fights are a lot more strategic than just kind of running at your opponents like you're used to in public lobbies. Well-placed grenade will not land, but at the same time, off screen, does look like an elimination comes through, at the very least a knockdown.
I definitely love seeing the flags on the actual, like instead of having like the esports teams or whatever, we're seeing the flags. It's super cool.
Does look like that Mina character, by the way, the Mina player that goes down. I want to say that's Ferg, if I saw that correctly.
Yes,
so
yes.
If you see Mina, that is Ferg going down, which means I think Team Winsanity might be in a bit of trouble off screen from Rolex's team again, still kind of hunting their quarry.
I see Bobby plays separated from his squad. You definitely, in matches like this, there goes Gojo Sanity, there goes Win. You don't want to be separated from your squad in situations like this. You want to build up as a group in these matches, especially with like vehicles and stuff. I mean, at some point, we're going to have to leave Pachinki. I would... But it is actually great that we're actually seeing these Pachinki fights because we're seeing this entirely new area revamped. Because Pachinki does not normally look like this. I mean, we've seen classic Pachinki, and sometimes Pachinki doesn't get POIs, so it's super refreshing. People love Pachinki. It's always been a hot drop. But when you add a little pizzazz to it and make it a little bit more extra and crazy like this, it just makes Pachinki so much more fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. Everybody playing nice and slow, but they're going to have to get aggressive very soon. You can see the circle on the mini-map, top right of your screen. If you kind of squint your eyes a little bit, you can see that white line. That is our zone. And so you will see us actually having to move, I believe, a little bit more east. We'll see where these zones go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Middle, the other thing you can do is if you do pick up S tier in your skill and hit one of those vaults, I do believe there's also some of the vaults have, or one of the vaults has a, it tells you where the end zones are, right? Doesn't it show you like 4 or 5 zones ahead?
Yeah, it shows you where the zone is. You can communicate that to your team. I think that's super cool. Sometimes, though, the S tier vaults will be outside of the zone because they're so limited. True. So it just depends on if these S tier vaults are in zone. The A tier vaults are also really solid, but they won't have any of those special things that the S tier vaults have. Here we go. We've got some vehicle action. Farouk's squad looking at, I think that is, we got Matson Life on that team, or I'm not sure what squad we're looking at over there. But now we're going to be pushing towards the edge of zone over here. Oh, I didn't even know that section was in the game. That tower, I love that tower. I didn't know they brought that tower back. I'm always in the other POIs. That's like one of my favorite towers they added. That is super sick.
I love it.
Oh, look at this. The brand new M1 Grand he's got picked up.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
he's got it. Nice. Yeah, and like you said, it's only 8 rounds, so you do have to be somewhat strategic with the way you use it. And you can see the bayonet on the end.
Yeah.
And see some melee fights if you do get into close range and don't have a sub or not going to switch to or something like that. But we'll see if CQB will be the play or maybe some longer range snipes at the M1 Grand. But either way, the M1, a solid new weapon. They do have 5 eliminations, by the way, so not a bad rep from them. Team Rolex is leading the charge somewhat as expected. 7 total. We're kind of, I don't mean this negatively, they were just kind of farming Winsanity's team a bit. Picked up several eliminations on them, but everybody's still looking pretty decent. We do have all of our teams technically still on the map because of those yellow lives and our hot drops.
We got some teams in the blue. I think Team Garcia is entirely in the blue. Some of team, I mean, everybody's still up right now, so that's actually pretty solid. And it's because we have that revive system. It's because it's not like a stacked 100 player lobby, but it just means that end game is going to be crazy. Look at that. Dab getting an Elim with the M1 Grand. Huge. And getting a Thirst. Love to see that.
That nade actually landed.
Nades, yeah.
Yeah, I think one landed for quite a bit of damage, but again, there's extra points if you are able to. Oh, that one landed! Loot power comes down. Yeah, that's huge. That could be some extra points there for Farouk, and you can see prioritizing the Molotov and frag grenade usage for that very reason.
Whew, he's got so much.
Yeah, he's got a ton. That challenge, I believe, is called Hot Potato, by the way, but we'll see the blender that Team Winsanity is in, as it does look like Ferg is full out now, picked back up potentially as Team Winsanity is trying to restabilize.
I think that's one thing that I like they added to PUBG Mobile. I mean, early on, when the game first came out, 8 years ago, when you got elimed, you're done. So it's nice, not only as a creator, but as a player, that you have that second, even third chance if you've got a good team on your back. Every once in a while, they'll add respawn cards, so maybe even 4 chances, depending on how many times you get elimed. But not only does that allow for this tournament to get more elims on the board for these teams, I mean, look at now Team El Meke, 16 points on the board from elims. They boosted up against Rolex.
Yeah, that's a big pickup for them. Here's a big fight. We're going to swing over to Luzu and his team. This is Team Igruan. Taking a high ground position on the outside of farms. Yeah, it looks like they've got some folks in their sights from distance, but can't quite get a read on where they want to go from here, if anywhere. I mean, frankly, you don't have to move yet if you're in zone.
Yeah.
But they're not quite there, or the zone's not quite closed, rather.
I don't like how close they are right here, like, especially with that hot potato challenge. One nade, game over for them. But now they're going to have to rotate into zone.
Yeah, they don't have to go crazy far, and they do have a car, but still, I think they were maybe trying to pick some folks up in rotation. Quick look at the zone now. You can see getting quite low. Rolex is low, and the zone is getting smaller and fully surrounded. Noah Sunday just trying to barrel stuff his opponents inside of the smoke. And it looks like Yamna, actually, I believe, although Yamna may go down there, Yamna did pick up a splatter elimination. I believe that's going to be extra 10 points.
Wait, that's a full wipe for Rolex's squad. He's the first squad out, and he had the most elim points.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
He's not going to get... Oh, look at this. Carrying his teammate. Get out of there, Noah! No! You're 1 HP! Oh, wow. Did not expect that for Team Rolex at all. First team eliminated. The team with the most elim points was the first one to get an elim. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know if Rolex's team's going to pick up any of those challenges. Yamna picking up 1 splatter elimination is an extra 10 points. Remember that, because that's half of a chicken dinner. That's a ton of points for your team, let alone the elimination points in general. So Noah Sunday in a bit of trouble. It looks like Red Eyes is able to pick up 1 elimination. So our rosters, they might be weak, but they're fighting back. They're staying alive.
What the heck is Rose Smith doing? He just broke his legs, bro. What is he doing out there?
He was running too much. His legs are weak. I don't know.
All damage, bro. Red Eyes is the type of guy who puts a 6x on a UMP, okay? So, maybe he'll get the run over challenge here, but we'll see how he'll perform. I played some matches with Red Eyes there. But now we're starting to see this is when it's gonna start getting crazy. We're gonna see smokes in the air, we're gonna see vehicles. T-Mag's getting eliminated by Team Winsanity here. We're gonna start seeing some bloodshed here, Goj.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Bella Fox's team is now creeping up the leaderboard, but they are extremely weak, if not almost nearly fully out now. 10 total points, 5 eliminations for them, but in deep, deep trouble. We see some fighting happening on the outskirts of the zone.
I swear.
The last alive, yeah.
If Fur gets a VSS Elam, he has a VSS Uzi combo. Insane. Bella Fox got Elam, huh?
Yeah, it looks like, I think it was Little B actually rotating around the outside with Rose. They were able to pick Rose back up, and they rotate around the outside and were able to pick up Team Bella Fox. Team Santana also goes down. Team Garcia in deep trouble playing inside of blue right now. We told you it'd be chaotic towards the end, and these eliminations are going to be the ones that really make a difference on this leaderboard, because there's going to be a lot of the action hugging the edge of blue. It does look like Mango may be in a bit of trouble on this rotation because they are not in zone.
I love seeing Dab using that brand new M1 Grand. He's actually putting in work. Matson Life got the MG3. Dying to zone, though. Team Garcia out. Now we've got 4 teams eliminated. Smoke going down here. No, she's stunned. She's stunned.
That's okay.
That's okay.
No!
No!
It's not okay. It's not okay. Winsanity from the top ropes. Where did Win come from to find that angle? Win picks up 1 or 2. Yeah, and Red Eyes is picking up 1 as well.
I 100%, I believe he got a 6x UMP on Bobby Plays. That's just... And there goes Ferg with the VSS. This is great, Goj. This is the type of gameplay I want to see. Dab taking out Winsanity with the brand new M1 Grand. This is it. This is why we love PUBG Mobile, for moments like this. The zone is going getting crazier. People are going to have to move into the zone. Looks like, Farouk's squad has the circle right now, so they've got the most advantage.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. It looks like Dr. Kim's big brains paid off, because they do have position in zone. Now I am seeing Mango go down, Red Eyes go down, Little B does get thirsted. A lot of action, and we are somehow down to, I believe, 4 rosters now, and Igrawan is about to be fully eliminated there in just a moment. So 3 somewhat healthy rosters. It's going to be Outdoor Chaos, and somehow, some way, there's a chance that Team Farouk could win this.
This is a tough zone, too, because it's all uphill for a lot of these squads. There's going to be one squad that has the high ground. Everybody be using vehicles to their advantage. We're going to have nades and smokes going out. Team Farouk looking like they're the most solid here, but they're going to be having to fight. I'm not sure. Akira's squad up there. Everybody figuring out where the other squads are.
Oh, nice angle. Wow. Nice find over the top. That's 1 on Sirocco down.
They've got the healing ability. They got an S tier because they're healing super fast.
Yeah, that's a huge win for them.
And then if, they get knocked, they can help their teammates out. Smoke's going out. Okay, now this team, Johanzu's got the high ground here against Farouk's squad, so this actually might be detrimental to Team Farouk.
Yeah, they also are the only team with all 4 up, by the way, so huge player advantage as well to have all 4 alive. It's going to be an uphill battle, quite literally, for Farouk's team to try to rotate up into zone.
Going out. Farouk
yeah, again, these nades, Metal, if they land and get eliminations, which they almost take down Farouk, if they would have, that's extra points for those teams.
Ooh, they're chucking nades like crazy over to Farouk's squad there. Farouk has the healing ability. He healed that med kit in like 3 seconds. Everybody should have their abilities to S tier right now, so everybody's ability is going to be maxed out as they're fighting each other. And here comes the final fight here as the zone shrinks even more. Team Igrowan getting eliminated. Dr.
3
Chemist
teams. Oh no,
Oh,
Farouk!
no.
Farouk goes down in third. Those are nice placement points, but it's down to the final two teams. And we've got a clear advantage. Not 4 now, but Team Johan is on the high ground. They've got 3 alive versus 1 and 1 knock, and it's just a matter of time. Smashed like an overcooked asparagus. It's just that easy. A fantastic win there for Team Johan to pick up a chicken dinner. That's 20 points for winning the first map here, Metal. And when there's only 2 maps, that's a lot of score for your overall leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like if we're going to see any shifts in the leaderboard where some team that just got elims barely got placement points, but also got some challenges push up higher than the first place squad. Sometimes we see stuff like that, and it's going to be very difficult for these content creators to figure out what they want to do in match number 2 because there's only 2 matches that they're going to be playing here today, Goj.
Yeah, I know. And that's why that chicken dinner is so dang valuable, right?
Yeah.
20 extra points there for getting the win. There's only 2 teams that will be able to boast that. It's a huge value add for your leaderboard, but you're right. Some of those challenges, some of which we're not really able to track because there's so much going on, right? Yeah. The admins will be tracking behind the scenes. How many frag grenade eliminations did we see? How many Molotov eliminations? We saw at least 2, I think, splatters with the vehicles for eliminations, which is an extra 10 points for those teams. I think Yamna was the one that we caught on broadcast. I think I saw 1 more in the feed. So, yeah, there's a lot of kind of unspoken for points that will populate this leaderboard and maybe shake things up, even based on, Rolex's team going down early, but still picking up, I believe it was 18 points in the eliminations category.
Yeah, they were like the top, at the time that they got elim, they were the top elim team.
Yeah,
I think that might have shifted at the end game, but it's still crazy to see that like all teams survived until they were on that hill, basically. Like we had all the squads there until we were on that tiny little hill, and as it started shrinking, it just started becoming more and more chaos. So I love seeing stuff like that because it's kind of slow. We have fights here and there throughout the match, but as the match and the zone starts shrinking, it gets more and more crazy and intense. And we're just going to be pushing over onto Rondo with even more the intensity because now these squads know who they're fighting against and who to look out
100%. Well, 100%. Well, I believe the scores are ready, by the way. So let's take a look at them. Let's see how crazy is this leaderboard. It's looking like pretty wild. We've got a lot of elimination points coming in from Team Johan Zoo. That is 15 eliminations, if I'm seeing that correctly, for a total of 30. And then, of course, replacement points coming in is 20 overall for Team Johan Zoo. They pick up 50 overall in that map. But walk me through the rest of this leaderboard. Again, there's still a lot of placement points coming in, those rank points. Like Team Farouk, for instance, they pick up 16 just from getting third.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty well divided for the North America and LATAM side of things, because we're seeing Team Rolex and Team Bella Fox on the other half of the leaderboard, but we see Team Farouk when Sanity and Dab plays on the left-hand side of this leaderboard. So Team Santana all the way in last place with 8 points. Even if they got a little bit more rank points, they needed to get more elim points as well as maybe more challenge points here.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if this is included to the challenge points, but this is just... Okay, yeah, this is just the rank points and the elim points, but getting 30 elim points in one match, 15 elims in a custom game is definitely crazy, Goj.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. Let's take a look at the challenges, though, and see how that worked out. Here's our challenge leaderboard. You can see we do see a hot potato elimination there from Rolex. Might be the only one on the leaderboard, though. We don't see our Road Troll yet or the Fight Club, at least not on this leaderboard. But we do see, so far, our longest elimination, the I Want to Be a Pro Player challenge, which is a funny one, actually comes from Farouk by a massive margin, which is really cool. Take a look at that, 198 meters.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I mean, I see Dab plays up there in third place. He had the M1 Grand, and that's like, a semi-auto sniper rifle they could put an 8X on. So I'm curious what Farouk did to get that long elim. And I think with the hot potato challenge for the utility elims, that's a full thirst. And with the Road Troll, that's a full thirst. And maybe that's why we're not seeing the challenges.
Oh, true. Yeah.
It might have been a knock, and then they might have gotten revived. I also love to see the distance traveled. That is a crazy statistic to see. Johan Zoo, 3,800 meters, kilometers. I'm not sure which that is.
Yeah.
Bella Fox
units.
Units, yeah. But no matter the case, it's cool seeing data like that because us players, we don't always think of stuff like that.
True. Yeah.
Adding those challenges just adds that extra layer of fun to this tournament goes.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, maybe if you can get that knock with that hot potato utility, you got to also get the full thirst to count towards that leaderboard. A lot going on, folks, and we've only got one more game to go, which is crazy. We're headed to Rondo. We're going to take a very short break here in the booth. When we come back, our last map of the day, our second map of the day, and it's going to be utter chaos.
skies we stand, through colors that the world has spun, connect the real and virtual worlds. Under different skies we're all as one. Borders fade, every path leads to your shine. A world that's yours and mine, creating worlds that we can call our own. Together we step into a world of wonder.
Welcome back to the PUBG Mobile 8th Anniversary America's Legacy Showdown. One map done, Erangel, themed mode, 4.3 update. It was nutty. We had some crazy stuff happen in Pachinki there, Metalcore, and then our final circle was up on a hill, wide out in the open. And speaking of chaos, the final circle was crazy. Yeah. So many utility, so much utility was thrown. We had frags, we had Molotovs, because everybody was trying to score those extra points from those challenges. Metal, what do you think about map 1 as we're about to head into Rondo?
Oh man, it felt like they boosted those Molotovs and grenades. There were so many being thrown at the end game there, and there was so many being thrown in Pachinki. I really loved that we were able to see such a diverse use of all the different new things just naturally by people playing the game. We're able to see the brand new POIs like in Pachinki and over in Hospital. We're able to see the brand new M1 Grand in action, as well as people healing themselves quicker because of the different skills. Love seeing that. And I honestly love seeing that there was so many elims because of the respawn features as well. It was definitely it was a really good amount of mixture of everything that we were able to see just in match number 1. And we'll be jumping into Rondo here, which is the newest map in PUBG Mobile. Just going to be changing things up, and it actually might change up the way we see these challenges being used, because it's a bigger map than Erangel in terms of how much land there is. So we might see more vehicles being used compared to. I feel like we saw vehicles being used more towards the end game of match number 1, but I feel like this one's going to be a lot different, and we're not going to see as crazy of a hot drop because there's a lot more on the line. There's not going to be respawns. We do have respawn towers, but I know that players are going to be playing a lot more safe at the very beginning of this Rondo match. But again, always excited to see any custom rooms for PUBG Mobile, especially with creators.
Rondo's going to be crazy. Again, like you said, it's a bigger map. There's more room to work. But if you get immediately squad wiped off the rip, there is no yellow life. There is not a second chance. If you're gone, you're gone. And we're only playing 2 maps there, which is crazy. I want to talk a little bit more about Rondo here in a moment, because you're right. It is the most recent map versus Erangel, which was the first map, kind of this big celebration of 8 years. Before we get there, though, I want to remind people our leaderboard, because again, it feels like we just got started, but we're also closing in on the finale of this competition. So I want to look back on this and see where all of our teams are at. So Metalcore, let's talk about these rosters and what they're doing right now, because this is the order. It's actually in order 1, 2, 3, I believe, in the order of their rank points of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and what they got in the map. They happen to be 1st, 2nd, and 3rd overall. But you can actually see the team that ended up getting 4th in map 1 was Team Igrowan, and they're all the way over there in 8th place because they didn't get really any other points besides their rank points. So overall leaderboard pretty tight, but our top 3 are starting to pull away for sure, and obviously 50 points in 1 round is crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if there's only 2 matches. You're right. If Team Johan is wiped at the very beginning and they end up having like a Team Rolex kind of situation where they get 0 rank points, that could be detrimental to them keeping this 1st place lead. Getting those 50 points is a solid lead, but it's anybody's game here. And it is super interesting to see Team Igrowan having those 14 rank points. We talked about at the beginning of the last match that there is a possibility that you could get 0 elim points, and they were the squad. They had very good placement points, but very bad elim points. And at the end, that ended up being way detrimental to their placement on this overall leaderboard.
I think this winner chicken dinner in Rondo is actually going to be one of the most important things. And then you're right, some of those challenge points as well. I believe the challenge points are kind of working towards that separate leaderboard. But on this leaderboard in particular, the 50 points from Johan Zun is a huge buffer that they get a chance to work through. But like you said, I think there's going to be less eliminations on Rondo just because we don't have those yellow lights. We don't have the hot drops that we saw at the very beginning in Pachinki in particular, and then up at Hospital as well. So, with that in mind, I think winner chicken dinner is going to be extremely important. I think your placement's going to be extremely important, and we could see this leaderboard completely turn on its head. I have no idea, so it'll be fun to talk about. But let's jump into Rondo and talk a little bit about it, as I believe our gameplay is about to get started. Rondo, newest map. It's been out for like a year, folks. This isn't a new map to you probably, but it's the newest map in PUBG Mobile, and so it's the celebration of all 8 years here with PUBG Mobile with all the new content and new maps they've dropped. Talk to me a little bit about Rondo. It is our largest map, if I'm not mistaken. There's kind of a lot of nuances on this map that are very unique, like you throw a frag grenade and it can create a crater that you can lay in. I mean, this is kind of a different experience in what you talked about with the gameplay loop being the same, but changed in kind of new ways to experience PUBG Mobile.
Yeah, I mean, Rondo's got a bunch of different things. They even got like little sections that you could get really good loot at, but there's AI in those sections that you have to fight against. They also have different features with their shop that you could sell items and get certain things from the shops. There's like this little flare thing that you could throw on the ground. It's really good in end zone because it can create cover out of nothing. You have those there's 3 different abilities on Rondo specifically. We've got the pickaxe to create, craters, grenades to create craters, as well as the flare drop thing that allows for you to then put portable cover on the ground. And so we usually see stuff like that used in the end game. On Rondo. Rondo is definitely one of my favorite maps they've added to the game. I love seeing it in the map rotation and events. I love seeing it in the map rotation part of the tournaments that we do. It's always just a great map. It's a beautiful map, and it's a really good map to be able to run. And it's the most recent one that they've added to PUBG Mobile. So very excited to see. I think that this will be a little bit slower pace, but if we do get teams that land on each other, it's going to be a little crazy. It's going to be a little hectic. Rondo also has an exclusive weapon, the JS9. It's a submachine gun. beast. It's a beast. I love using that. And we just recently got a JS9 skin in the Royale Pass. This is something that I actually wanted to talk about just really quickly. If you've never bought a Royale Pass, part of the 8th anniversary, you could buy the Royale Pass, which is normally like $10 for 60 UC, which is $1. If you've never ever gotten a Royale Pass before, if you're a fresh account, you could get stacked up, you could get upgradable skins and all these great things for 60 UC. Just one of the many cool things they've got part of this 8th anniversary celebration. So be sure to go check that out, including that JS9 skin for exclusively Rondo. So a lot of great things in this update. It's always exciting whenever they have new updates, whether it's an anniversary update or just a regular update. But whenever it is an anniversary update, Goj, they go crazy for it. They add so much new things. Yeah.
Yeah, so many new things. This 4.3 update's really cool. You got to go check it out, folks. If you haven't had a chance to go check it out right now, while we wait on this game to get started here in Rondo. 4.3 brought a ton, like Metal was just talking about, a ton even outside of our themed game mode that we just saw. So yeah, a lot of content with this update. By the way, to check it out, you know the drill. You got to make sure you download PUBG Mobile and drop a follow on all their major socials so that you get an update on all the news and things happening and events like this that are happening. Pay attention to all those social medias. They're always posting content about not only just the patch notes that you can go read, but also a lot of events happening all around the PUBG Mobile ecosystem globally as well. Because again, as a reminder, some of our creators are playing from the Sumaya Museum in Mexico City right now for this competition. So talk about craziness happening in the PUBG Mobile ecosystem. Some fun stuff. Now, as we're about to jump into Rondo, we're about to jump into game number 2 and our final game of the day. Metal, I bring it all the way back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the day. There's a lot of strategies that you could be playing for here. And I think at the end of the day, what you just talked about, which was, hey, the first engagements could be crazy. It's not only crazy, they're super stressful, because if you get squad wiped off rip, you're done. You are out of the competition. There is no more second chances.
Yeah, and especially on Rondo. I mean, we do got the respawn towers, but it still is super sketchy. I think people are going to be going into this seeing the challenge leaderboards that we showed on broadcast earlier. Some of them nobody did. So there's a possibility that some of these squads, their whole strategy might change and they go, well, maybe we can't actually go on the real leaderboard with the elim points and the placement points, but maybe we focus on the challenges in this Rondo match. Maybe we try to run over at least 2 people, boom, it puts us on the leaderboard. Maybe we try to grenade at least 3 people, boom, we're number 1 on the leaderboard for that challenge. Maybe we just run across the entire map of Rondo on the very corner of it.
It is a big one.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. We didn't melee. That's one that we did not see. That's super tough to do. Even in classics, it is so hard to get melee elims. But with that M1 Garand, there is a chance. And with the pickaxe on Rondo, you can use it as a melee weapon. So we'll have to see what strategies people will be changing up, especially with the Rondo gameplay style. But you know, Rondo to me with custom rooms and tournaments is like Miramar. It's eye candy for me. I like watching custom games on Rondo and on Miramar because it's something you don't see, and it's something that is very unique because they're different from other maps. I like to compare, you know, Rondo to Miramar, where the terrain is very unique. There's very different types of terrain, and the terrain specifically on Rondo is interchangeable. So I really, really like Rondo for that reason, especially in these tournament rooms. Very excited to see what these players and what these creators are going to do. And I think to top it all off, we get to see the competitiveness between LATAM and North America, something that we haven't seen for a while on an official broadcast.
Yeah, no, that's very, very true. I mean, again, this is the America's Legacy Showdown, okay? We are celebrating all of the Americas, which is why we've got creators from all over this entire region that is the Americas, which is really fun. But to talk a little bit about some nuanced strategy with Rondo, I think you had mentioned something about vehicles I want to bring back up. I think the vehicles are going to be insanely important on this map, like we were talking about, let alone for our vehicle splatter eliminations you could potentially pick up for those extra challenge points, but also just for rotations. This map is huge. 1, 2, we only have 10 teams of 4, right? We've got 10 squads, so it's only 40 players on the map, which means there is a lot of ground to cover. And so if you do want to pick up some of those elimination points and you want to find players quickly, if they didn't hot drop with you, get in your vehicles and go hunting for the map, especially some of those top fragging teams like Rolex, for example. Yes, they went down first. They went down really early. They're still about in the middle of the pack on our leaderboard because I think they had 18 total elimination points, which I think was 9 eliminations at the end of the game. So if they can do that again, but just also last a bit longer, you can see Rolex jump up to a top 3 position. And again, we've got 20,000 UC for the winning squad. They could potentially go for the win there. And then there's also a 10,000 UC prize pool for that captain challenge winner that we were talking about before. So yeah, kind of a lot on the line. And I don't know exactly how this is going to go, but I think vehicles are going to be the #1 thing that these teams are talking about as they're about to jump into the game.
Speaking of UC, we are going to be doing a UC giveaway.
That's right.
After this match. And right now is the best time to have UC in your account because they have so many things in the game at discounts or at certain ways to just get better items that you normally can't get. Like right now we have a collaboration, the Jujutsu Kaisen one, for 500 UC for their prize path. I mean, if you're winning 20,000 UC, that's barely a sliver of the amount of UC that you'll spend. And you're getting mythics and you're getting pets and you're getting upgradables. There's a lot going on in the game right now. We even have a future X suit coming out in, I think, about a week. We have a supercar collaboration, which you could spend that UC on. A lot of these creators already have some of these things, and they'll probably just use that UC for the next thing that's coming out. But no matter what, be sure to stick around because we do have a UC giveaway for you guys, the viewers. First come, first serve, and just be prepared to type in that code. When it shows up on screen, it'll be after the final match. You're going to be wanting to win that UC, especially around the 8th anniversary. I'm trying to think. I want to, as someone who plays the game almost on the daily, and I log in on the, if not play it, I log in on the daily. I'm trying to like think of things for the community to look out for. Just today, just maybe like a couple hours ago, they released another 8th anniversary celebration where if you log in, you instantly, you click on your robot in the game. If you're a player, you know what I'm talking about. There's a little robot on your home screen.
Yeah.
You click claim all, and they're giving away 2 free legendaries, a free emote, and a free title right now, part of the 8th anniversary. And that's just one of the many freebies and fun stuff they've got added into the game. But just want to try to, if in my head, I want to remember as many things to say to the community as possible so that you guys can get all the hype around the 8th anniversary. Even if you don't win the UC giveaway, even if you're not a creator part of this tournament, no matter what, like you're not going to leave this broadcast empty-handed. You could log into the game right now and get so many freebies. Even if you're a first-time player, you get so much great things into the game. So just
100%.
just a reminder for those of you watching at home, just so you could stack up your account even more. These anniversaries are always great. They added a new card system, and part of that card system, they're giving out the first ever upgradable free shotgun skin for free. I mean, 8 years ago, man, you couldn't do that. There was nothing like that in the game.
Right.
So if I told myself 8 years ago that they would be giving away free legendaries and free dancing emotes and free upgradable skins, I'm like, you're crazy, man. What are you talking about? But no, PUBG Mobile has made it very inclusive because it is a free-to-play game, and they've made it a great game in terms of all the different levels of the actual game itself. So
it's a celebration, man. That's
they're
exactly
celebrating.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Dude, Metalcore, you've got all the intel, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Great breakdown for the people at home. I can't sell you any more for why you should pop into this brand new 4.3 update in this 8th anniversary celebration that we've got going on in game, folks. Metalcore just broke it all down for you. This is definitely worth your while. So if you maybe haven't played in a little while, listen, me and Metalcore have been around for a while. Metalcore much longer than me when it comes to PUBG Mobile. But either way, we've been around for a long time. We've seen these updates. We've seen these anniversary events. The 8th anniversary is a big one. This is a banger update. You definitely got to go check it out. But we're about to get into Rondo, and we're still waiting on the competition. I think our players are about to get started. I think we're just making sure everybody's into the lobby, ready to go. We've talked about vehicles. We've talked about some of the weapons you may see when we get to Rondo. Talking about strategy again, Metalcore, I want to use that big brain of yours and talk what you would do on this map, okay? Obviously, it depends on plane line. By the way, Rondo, I'm pretty sure, has 2 planes that fly in as well. I want to say there's like a double plane line potential there too. But either way you look at it, map, favorite POI, where are you landing, where are you taking your squad?
With Rondo, any of the cities, and this is just personally my preference, any of the cities, because they're just beautiful. It's such a beautiful map, but you want to land in the cities, because if you don't land, the distance between cities and different little, like, you know, villages or whatever is huge on this map. So you don't want to be caught lacking. There's a lot of vehicles on this map. I talked earlier about the exclusive items, the exclusive weapon on this map, but there also is an exclusive, like, electric 4-seater vehicle, and I think there's like a bus as well. So there's a couple things added onto this map that really makes it Rondo. It makes it a unique experience. But I would, for me, like, depending on the playing path, I would land at any of the bigger cities. I wouldn't be afraid to land at those cities, but I'd be prepared to fight at those cities and be prepared to run away if I have to, so that we don't just get wiped right away and we
100%
we could get out of there as soon as possible. Because when you do land at those cities, all the cities have garages that have the unique vehicle in, or have vehicles spawned around the cities. You just got to play it smart. You got to play it safe, especially on Rondo. Rondo, I mean, one of the most beautiful maps in PUBG Mobile. So I'm glad we're able to see it in this tournament. I know that they are just getting the custom game lobby and making sure that it's fair for everybody to join in, especially because there's only 2 matches. So we want to make sure that everybody's getting in on Rondo.
Yeah, definitely.
Very excited to see it go.
I am too. I think that's a great shout, by the way. At the very least, if things go crazy, if everything turns upside down, just get somebody out. That way we can utilize our respawn towers and try to stay alive on the map, because that might be enough to take you towards the end and get those placement points. I want to pull that leaderboard up one more time while we're still waiting on the match. Don't worry, folks. We'll hop into the game as fast as humanly possible. Whenever it's ready, we will run it. We love to talk. Metalcore and I can talk for hours and hours and hours about PUBG Mobile, as we are right now. But don't worry, we will start the game as soon as it is ready. As we take a look at this leaderboard again, a lot of work to do if you're on the right side of the page. And even the 2 teams, 4th and 5th, Winsanity's team, speaking of a team that was able to regain, they were able to sneak their way all the way into the top 5 on that map after being in the utter blender at the beginning here, Metalcore. So a nice regain from them. They've got some good resilience. I think that'll be very helpful on a map like Rondo. But we have a very clear leader right now. I think, especially with Team Johanzu and Elmeke, you know, at 50 and 42, those are the teams we have to watch too, right? We have to watch these 2 teams, because if they get in an early engagement and go down early, the leaderboard truly is kind of blown wide open. If one of those 2 teams or both of those 2 teams make it to the end circle, good grief, we are in deep trouble. And so that'll be something else to look out for. And I think it'll be something that other teams will be paying attention to as well. If we see that roster, we have to get aggressive. We have to play for them. Otherwise, we may never catch up on this leaderboard, Metal.
Yeah, that's completely true. I think we also got a shift in the leaderboard with some points. It seems Rolex's team knocked Dab's team out of the top 5. So we had a little swapping there. And I'm looking in the chat. People were asking about where the redemption is and stuff. Something will pop up on the screen. You just got to be ready. I think it's like a QR code. You scan it, and there'll be a link for you to go, and then you can type in the code. That happens at the end of this Rondo game. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss this Rondo game. It's a very tight race between these teams. The leaderboard has already shifted a little bit, just with some discrepancies here, but it's very close. I mean, Team Santana is the only one that doesn't have double digits, but even Team Garci and Agroon, they have almost they're reaching up to 20 points. I mean, like, only 5 teams have beyond 20 points. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, true. And I am getting worried, by the way, that I think our points here for Rolex got updated, because, as a reminder, the rank points, the placement points, do go all the way down to last. And so Rolex team was eliminated first. They still get a couple of points for that. So once those were added in, that's why Rolex jumped up. So rather than getting a 0 there just for participating in the map, you're getting a little bit of something. But either way you look at it, only a point behind Team Winsanity, 11 points behind Team Farouk. So I think our teams that are playing hyper strategic and will be getting into the game and paying attention to their surroundings, if they see a team that is ahead of them on the leaderboard, it's not a time to be timid. You gotta play for some of these eliminations. If you can wipe a team early like that off the leaderboard, you got a chance to really jump. But from my understanding, our prize pool, that 20,000 UC is winner takes all. It's 5,000 UC per player. So 20,000 UC on the line. And Team Johan Zoo is the team to watch out for that could take it all. But it's still anybody's game, like you were saying. Anything can happen when it comes to Rondo.
Yeah. You don't want to mess around with Rondo. You don't want to mess around with these other squads. But I do think you're correct to assume that if these squads want any chance, they're going to have to go after some of those top teams if they see them. What happens in a situation like that, like as a player's perspective, you are fighting a squad and you don't know the names, and you, especially at this point, there's only 2 matches, you don't know the skins. Like I would say on match 5, you're like, oh, that's Winsanity. He's got the maxed out Pharaoh. Oh, that's Rolex. He's rocking the skeleton outfit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation, you just gotta wait until you see their name after you elim somebody, then you'll know. Oh, that's Bella Fox's team. Oh, we could step back a little bit because we don't need to push them as aggressively because they're not. Oh, wait, that's Team Insanity. Oh, well, maybe we got to play it a little bit differently. Oh, that's number 1 squad. Oh, actually, screw it. Let's just go crazy. Another thing I wanted to bring up was Rolex's squad. He was the only one who got the grenade elim first thirst. Only him. So
yeah, true.
So, that could change up their strategy a little bit, or because they're so close on the leaderboard, they could be like, let's just go for number 1, screw the challenges. I mean, it just depends on what these squads are talking about. They do have a lot of time right now to discuss between matches what they want to do, if they're going to be going after the challenges or if they're going to be playing for placement and push up on the leaderboards. No matter the case goes.
I think it's an interesting point you're actually making too, because the challenges, the Captain Challenge winner, that's 10,000 UC. So it is a winner takes all prize pool of 20,000 UC for the team. That's 5,000 UC per person, but it's 10,000 UC for the challenge winners. So that's still, if they decide to split with their team, which I assume they will, that's still 2,500 UC per player on the roster. So you could just wholesale and go only for challenges to try to secure that prize pool if you're on the right hand side of that leaderboard, for instance, if you're less than half of what our current leader has. That's a good point. Yeah.
It just depends on what these guys want going in. Creators don't like being last place. So no matter if they're not first, they're going to want to be in the top 5 because then you can flex it on TikTok or Twitter. Or
sure. This is content after all. We're celebrating. That's so true.
All these guys are recording it. I'll tell you that. These guys are trying to get some clips. I got Winsanity. I got Lou Power. I got this and that. And it's just, you don't get to do this every day. When you're playing pubs, you don't get to play against these creators. So this is your one shot to be able to get these crazy moments like this. And that's what makes it so much fun, because all of us are here in this one place at this one time playing PUBG Mobile. No matter the prize, no matter what, we're able to do something fun and have fun moments like Rose Smith breaking his legs and,
Sure.
Or Ferg using a VSS Uzi combo and almost getting an elim. I love seeing stuff like that. That makes my day more than getting first place, to be honest, because, you never know what next viral clip comes out of PUBG Mobile, because there's been a lot.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good point. Some of these players might be playing for content, which I respect. Listen, I've had a fair share of eliminations in my VSS days way back in the day. Is it meta? No, but is it viable? Yes, if you're good. Okay, listen, don't shade the VSS. I'm a big fan, but no, I'm pumped about Rondo. We'll see. Maybe some crazy weapons, some crazy strats. But we're about to jump into the gameplay here. I think all of our players are almost ready. So thank you for your patience, folks. And I do want to give you a quick reminder, by the way, some of our creators are at the Sumaya Museum in Mexico City right now. And there's a whole LATAM broadcast going on right now. So if you want to go check that out, the PUBG Mobile LATAM YouTube channel is live streaming the Spanish-speaking broadcast. So if you do speak Spanish, head over there, show us some love. They're having a lot of fun, hype, great energy. I was checking it out during the break. Sounds really good over there. And of course, some of the folks are in person, so a really fun environment. But we're providing that English commentary for you all, because there's a lot of English-speaking content creators that are competing in this, that are trying to get a win. So far, it does look like LATAM is in the lead, though, on our leaderboard battle. I will say our top 2 teams, both from the LATAM regions, and we'll see if maybe some of our North American teams could jump ahead of them. I think Winsanity Squad, Rolex Squad are 4th and 5th, And then Farouk's in third with our LATAM teams first and second. Johan Zhu at 50 points after round 1, which is still insane, by the way. They picked up 15 eliminations for a total of 30 elimination points, plus that 20-point winner chicken dinner. Ridiculous stuff to start. We'll see if they can keep up that momentum, though, in Rondo. Okay, Metal. As we're about to jump in, we've been talking a lot of strategy. We've been talking a lot of history. Do you remember your first Rondo match when the first map dropped? What content were you cooking up when Rondo first dropped? I guess it was about a year ago at this point.
Man, there's this like big mega city that has like mega skyscrapers. And I just was like, oh, I want to go to the highest skyscraper. And I fell off and got elimed like 99th out of 100th place, like right away. I forgot what the name of the city is, but and then the like next match, I'm like, well, I'm not going back there right now. Let's go to the AI section. And then I didn't realize how strong those AIs are in these like certain sections.
Yeah, you're caught unaware, man. They'll mess you up.
Yeah, like, oh man. With Rondo, I don't know. For me, it was a lot of exploring the map because it had so many new features.
Sure,
There's that stadium on Rondo that is really fun. It's such a big map with so many different sections of the map. There's a section where you can run over bamboo shoots and the bamboos will fall and stuff. Yeah, it's the most unique map that PUBG Mobile has added. I mean, PUBG Mobile has Livic, and that's a mobile exclusive map, and Rondo isn't a mobile exclusive map, but it is the most recent map they have added to PUBG Mobile. Yeah. And not only that, but when it first came out, people were worried that it wasn't going to get love, but it's still getting love. It's still getting love by the player base. It's still getting love in tournaments, in scrims, and not only that, they're adding it to the map rotation in esports. And not only that, but Rondo continues to get updated events. Not this update. This update, it's on Miramar, so sometimes they'll change it and it'll be like Miramar or Sanhok, but they've been adding the event modes on Rondo, and that just makes it so much better because it's a new map, it's refreshing to players, and it just allows for people to have a refreshing experience because we've been playing Erangel for 8 years, so might as well play a map that's only been out for a year, and it's an absolutely gorgeous map to look at.
Well, I'll ask the same question then. Going back, this is the 8th anniversary after all. First, I'll give you the first, maybe not the first map you played, or you can give me that as well, but first winner chicken dinner Erangel. Do you remember it like it was yesterday, or is this some long distant past that you're having to jog your memory for?
You calling me old?
I am with you. I am
back in the day. Dude, every once in a while, I'll have matches where I'm shaking because battle royales
of course.
are so
stressful.
intense. It's intense and stressful and crazy.
Adrenaline.
I know that my first match was just against like noobs, people just walking around, like super simple. But I promise you, my first match, I haven't recorded and I haven't uploaded. I was shaking at that end zone.
I love it.
Crawling in the and so when you bring that up, like I just remember the excitement. I remember the like intensity, and I know to this day people still feel that way, especially with the end zone. Like it's just a feeling that you cannot lose with battle royale games, especially PUBG Mobile.
Yeah.
So my first match was full of that intensity. Like even the most simplest fights felt like the most crazy things. Like I look back at it now and I'm like, you're such a noob, Metalcore, but like
everybody was though, man. Don't blame yourself.
No, and everybody was in mobile gaming as well. Like
true.
I was playing thumbs, no gyroscope, no adjustments.
Just like me for real. I love it.
Okay, just like you right now.
No. I've grown. Don't give me that. I'm thumb only. No shade to our thumb only players out there.
I had finger sleeves, man. You know.
That's right.
Now we're just like into it. I had no headband. There was no headband at the time.
It was the metalcore before real metalcore. That's crazy.
Yeah, it really was. But I do remember it just as a good feeling. Because like when you play games, you want to escape the reality of just like real life. You want to just have that escapism. Sure. And PUBG Mobile has not only done that where people just sit in the lobby and just talk to their friends, and just hang out. but then it still has that high intensity and that high competition that we're not only seeing in the tournament, but we're even seeing in like classic matches that you're just like, you're shaking because it's just so intense and so crazy. Oh, here we go.
Oh, we got some hype going on at the arena, or not even arena museum, which is crazy to say, but we got some hype. We've got a birthday cake.
I saw that on the
screen.
Yeah.
Are we about to sing on broadcast? Listen, I may be good at some things, not great at a ton. I am not going to be singing on broadcast for you all. You all can sing at home on your own. Not gonna happen. But we are going to say a big happy anniversary here. Big happy anniversary to PUBG Mobile. 8 years. And if you want to hear way more hype than what we're giving you, you can head over to the PUBG Mobile LATAM official channels. That's where you can see this, especially if you speak Spanish. But yeah, Metal, maybe you can sing for us.
Happy birthday to you.
There you go.
There we go. That's it. That's all you guys get.
Honestly, that was great. Well done, man.
I love PUBG Mobile. I love the community that it has. I love the excitement that's around the community. I love that everybody who has a phone in their pocket, which is just majority of the world, has the opportunity to play PUBG Mobile. You know.
That's good excitement, man. No, I totally agree. There's the community, the vibes are great. 8th anniversary. Ocho, you heard it there. It's been 8 long years.
You're like, that's all I know. Ocho.
Listen,
that's what you're getting from our broadcast.
I'm good at some things. I'm not great at a lot. I do not know a lot of Spanish, and I need to learn. I do know the number system.
No habla.
I do know the number system. I do know that Ocho means 8, so I'll stick with that. But oh, great! We're showing some love to some more folks. It's Franz. Nice. Yeah, I think this is part of
one of the devs.
You know, the company. Yeah, one of the part of the company behind the scenes here with PUBG Mobile. Tencent getting some love, which is awesome to see Franz showing up on main, on LAN at the museum.
Over the years of all the events and stuff, I've met like some of the staff behind this game, and they are just as passionate today as they've been since day one. Like all the people that work on this game, whether it's the events or the skins and stuff, like, you know, I've talked to them and they're like, yeah, it took us a year to make this one thing, and it's like, a year? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, they just, the passion, dedication, of this game is it's great to see. Like even something like this where they're on the broadcast. It's not the first time that I've seen this happen, but I know it won't be the last because the devs are passionate about this game. They love this game and they love the community. And it's great to see. I also love stuff like this. They do this all the time where they put like the broadcast or certain things. Like we've seen this in like Times Square, and we've seen them do this like hot air balloons or whatever. And they always just go above and beyond, especially for the anniversary. I think the first anniversary they had like a DJ in New York or something like that. Like it's crazy. It's crazy what they do. And look at that. The guy's got the golden PUBG Mobile pin on his suit. Like I love it. We got Player Unknown next to him.
Yeah, the cosplay goes crazy. I will say, I've done a lot with PUBG Mobile, and one thing that I can't admit that I've done is I have cosplayed as this guy on the left, as Player Unknown. I have been this player. I was with you when this happened, and I did it on a snowboard.
And wait! You know what? You're not even putting the best part about that. You did it on like a hard slope or hard trail or whatever it was.
Yeah. I went down a Black Diamond in cosplay on a snowboard
with the helmet on, with the level 3 helmet on.
I will also say level 3 helmet, great for protection, not great for visibility. I was struggling to see anything. Okay, crazy.
Yeah, that was a great one of the many things PUBG Mobile has done is events like this. We get to bring the community together, we get to bring creators together, but then events like this also, they have IRL things that are bringing creators together that maybe I've not met Farouk and this is the first time I get to meet Farouk, a guy who I've known for however many years, or or whatever it may be. With Sanity, I haven't seen him in so long. Oh, I get to see him at this IRL event because PUBG Mobile is always doing things like this because they know that the community is so important to the game.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah,
Oh,
speaking of
is that a
community.
goat? We
Yeah,
got the
look.
goat!
We got the GOAT on broadcast, literally. For the 8th anniversary, what else would we see? Except for maybe chicken being cooked. I don't know, but that's crazy. But we got a GOAT, and we got fans. Everybody's got their birthday hats on. We're going to get a statement here from Tencent Crew.
Los esperamos el próximo 2 de mayo en el Frontón Bucareli para festejar una actividad
I love it.
que vamos a tener con
This is super cool. I love to see the involvement that PUBG Mobile constantly has with their community. And I mean, not only that, but the involvement they have with the creators all the time. Like, you don't see this in a lot of games where how inclusive they are to the creators and the community, but you always see it with PUBG Mobile. Even with, like, within the actual game itself, you'll see they be promoting tips and tricks from creators. I mean, I've got one voice line in PUBG Mobile, and that's so cool to me, you know, like,
Yes.
PUBG Mobile, I think that was for the 7th anniversary, but like, they've always been very inclusive to the community and creators. Even with their World of Wonder program, that's a way that, like, oh, if you're just very creative, like, you can make some of the coolest things. And
Oh, yeah. We've done, like, events with the World of Wonder and seen, like, the most creative maps from the community, by the way.
yes,
So that's been really fun as well. But yeah, no, that's a really good shot. The community buy-in to the game has really made it what it is. And of course, the people behind the scenes, like Franz and the whole team, all over the world, global team making this all happen in a global event like this and the scale of it. Awesome as always. But some love for PUBG Mobile as per the usual. And yes, we definitely want to see the winner chicken dinner. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Big shout out to the people on site there in Mexico City having a blast at the Sumaya Museum. But it is time for our game. So we'll finally end it, folks. Thank you for your patience. A great celebration happening. But it's time for some more competition. Rondo time. Let's take a look at it.
looks like the plane has already departed. Everybody's landed where they gotta land. Team's not. We've got, I think, maybe 1 and 2 squads kind of closer to each other, but this map is huge. Oh, it's Jadena City. That's where I fell off right there. Where Roastsmith is. Oh, Roastsmith better be careful. If he's falling off of wherever he did, he's better be careful in Jadena City, because that is like the biggest high rises in all of PUBG Mobile. But you can see where Rolex is at here, how beautiful Rondo is. You could go in game right now, play Rondo right now in classics and in unranked. Absolute beautiful map. You can see Cisco here's got a sniper. Getting a sniper, getting one long-range weapon on this map is extremely important. There's a couple things that you'll see, a couple differences that are unique to this map. Like this that Cisco's got. This backpack here, this is a level 2 backpack that has a jammer to it. And if you're outside of zone, or if you end up getting into the EM zone, it's like a zone that pops up randomly that, like, I think it's called the EMP zone or something like that.
The EMP zone, yeah, that's right.
It'll pop up randomly, and you won't have any scopes. Like, your scopes have no reticles. It turns off all the electricity. No cars can drive in that zone. But this backpack helps you prevent whether it's blue zone damage or EMP zone disruptive. You can see the little like antenna hanging off the backpack, but there's a bunch of unique things that Rondo has that only Rondo has. Rolex passing by that JS9 as well, which is the unique gun. It takes 9mm, but it's an absolute beast. But yeah, Rondo, amazing map. It's going to be a slower match at the beginning here, Goes, because
definitely want to see definitely want to see all the looting patterns, and you can see some of those deployable covers coming in. But the looting patterns here of making sure everybody's geared up, because you're right, like, yes, vehicles are important, so we want to find those as well. But also making sure you have that long-range weapon for some of these fights that'll come later. Definitely kind of some of the most significant things we'll have to be paying attention to. So we'll check out their gear, check out their loot, and see what they've found, and see if they have an advantage in some of the fights. But
M1 Grand on Rondo.
Yeah, okay,
so
there we
already
go.
Picking it up. one thing that PUBG Mobile has been doing recently within the last year is they update the game with an event, but then they update the game with classic updates so that it's something entirely new for the entire game, not just the event that lasts 2 months, but like the M1 Grand, for example. We're not playing the event mode, but it's on Rondo, and it'll always be on Rondo, and it'll always be part of the game. So that's something that I love they've added, because it had... Oh, here we go. We actually got a fight.
Oh, early fight.
Wow.
And Matson Live picks up an early elimination on Burkito and hops on his bike and rides away. Nice pickup. Nice find.
And I mean, it was a solo elim. They should be able to revive that teammate. That he might have been separated from the squad, but it's huge. That's an extra elim on the point, or on the board. Looks like Rolex's team actually got a fight as well, picking up 2 elims this match right off the bat. Farouk also picking up 1 elim. So not everybody leaving. I think our predictions were correct that people are going to play it a little slower and be careful. And be a little bit separated at the beginning so that they don't just get wiped out instantly.
Yeah.
But the teams that we're looking out for is Johan and I know Team Rolex, Winsanity are in the top 5.
Yeah,
and
Farouk's as well in the top 5. And then I believe it's El Meke's up there as well.
And they just revived their teammate.
Yeah,
that was their teammate who got elim. So that could have been bad for them if they were down. Look at this. They're biking. They need to find a vehicle. They're biking their way through the map.
Yeah, El Meke is in second. Team Johan Zhu is in first. And then Farouk, Winsanity, Rolex right there, not too far behind. But take a look at Team Rolex. This is Coastcro's POV. They've got their vehicle, and they are rotating through, continuing to loot back up. And again, we'll be paying attention to their loadout, or their loot, rather, of what they've picked up. And make sure they've got all the gear that they need to have an advantage in some of the fights. A lot of folks out in blue, but a lot of folks actually ahead of them. We see a team rolling up in their own vehicles, or maybe that's his teammates. I can't quite tell. No, definitely a different team.
No, it's Team Winsanity.
Oh, not again. Rolex on the hunt. This guy's got Winsanity's tag, and he is going to run him down. We'll see what Rolex can do here. Co-script.
I always love seeing, like, because I lived in a house with, like, Rolex and Win at the same time, and whenever we were in events, we would purposely go after each other, because after the event was over, we went to each other's rooms, and we just talk mad trash to each other. Usually Rolex won. Okay, usually Rolex won. But he hasn't been in as many tournaments, so he's still winning. He's still winning the fights. But it's always funny to see when I see like a Winsanity versus Rolex thing. Like, if Winsanity wins, that's something that didn't happen as often as Rolex winning back in the day.
Sure.
So it's always fun to see fights like this. But again, like, you don't see fights like this ever unless you're watching on the official PUBG Mobile broadcast during these events, and that's why these events are so special.
Yeah, no, that's a really good shout. It's also like an homage to what you guys have experienced over the last 8 years of PUBG Mobile, right?
Oh,
you guys literally lived in a gaming house together because of this game, so I love it, man. It's really cool. So far it is, yes, looting, but also information gathering, paying attention to these extremely long sight lines and some of these care packages from the sky.
No, smart. They're rotating with their vehicles. It's a huge map. Like I was saying earlier, look how much open space there is with literally zero cover. So you have to have a vehicle on this map. Like, it's a necessity. And they're going to be going after the loot crate here. Playing some music from the car. You can see literally, like, all they had there was that one shack over there. That was it.
Yeah.
In entirety.
Well, Team Dad plays Rose Smith yet again, going for the furthest that they could possibly run.
Yeah.
No vehicles, edge of map, rotating into new.
Yeah, they might be rolling up on another squad here in this building. We might see some early wipes here, Goj. This might be pretty dangerous. Oh, wait, this is the new BRDM.
Yeah, it's the amphibian carrier that has got the amount of gunner on it now, and well, This is what happens on Rondo. We're looking for little guppies rotating into new zone already weak, and that is going to be a cleanup nearly on all members of Team Dad Plays. 2 still inside the zone. Not sure where they are, but 2 go down. And we see some early eliminations come through for a team that, frankly, didn't need the points. This is the team in first place. They've got the brand new vehicle, and they've already got 4 points on the board on map 2. Yeah.
They're stacked with this brand new vehicle because, I mean, I used to just refuse to use the BRDM. Oh, here we go. Dr. Chemist trying to get the rollover Elim, fighting against Team Insanity. Chemist knocking down Ferg there. Farouk taking some shots from the distance as Dr. Chemist is super close. I saw Dr. Chemist trying to go over that run over challenge right there, but wasn't able to fully connect. And now Chemist is backing off. You can see people are playing so much safer here.
Yeah.
Getting 1 elim and then running away. Here's that new vehicle. This is the new collaboration vehicle here. And then there Farouk with the masterpiece as always. If you've watched Farouk, you know he gets every skin in the game. So
yeah. I was about to say, it does look like, by the way, on the right-hand side, Rolex's team may be in a bit of trouble right now.
Ooh, yeah. 1 knocked, 1 super low HP. And actually pretty early.
Oh, there they are.
Oh,
rolling up. Team Garci is able to at least get the knock with the vehicle, getting shot in the back, but taking quite a bit of return fire. Got to be very careful here. We do lose Garci, who's kind of on top of the hill right now, and we got frag grenades landing on top of their heads, and I don't think they know it. Profantino almost goes down, does get dropped, actually, and it does look like maybe getting caught in the crossfire between 2 teams, like you said, when Sanity's in the area, but it's actually, I think, El Mecca here that is actually finding these eliminations. These are big points. Again, El Mecca, if they're able to get any of these thirsts, that will pick up a few more points for a team that's in 2nd place right now. And there they go. Holy cow. Igrawan is out of this lobby. And El Mecca has picked up 8 points. That is a full squad wipe worth of elimination points. This is huge.
Yeah, I did not expect that one bit. I thought that these fights would be way later in the game, but it's already happening super early. Looks like Team Insanity's going there, getting some loot, using those portable covers on Rondo. Everybody's strategies are completely flipped. I did not expect to see the BRDM, but now it really is so much more useful now that they've updated this most recent 4.3 update, so I'm not surprised. But Dr. Chemist putting in work against Matson Life and Team Garci getting knocked out of the tournament. So 2 teams already getting elim. I did not expect this at all.
Yeah, Team Garci is playing so aggressive. They have 13 points when it comes to the eliminations or otherwise, and with the 4 points they pick up from going down, or actually maybe a couple more since they weren't last, that'll put them to 13, but that is all the points they're going to be getting on the leaderboard. So that means, unfortunately, Team Garci will not be your winners, and neither will Team Igrawan, but the rest of the teams are fighting it out, and it looks like El Mecca in deep trouble. 3 go down from El Mecca. 2 fold, 1 knocked, and 1 barely alive. This is the team in 2nd place, and Team Johanzu also in a bit of trouble right now. Maybe in a trade against each other, as we are paying attention to Rolex on the other side of the screen, because Rolex is last alive for his team.
No, it's Yamna. Yamna's the last alive
you're
for
right.
Rolex. I think we're seeing so many fights because the circle ended up in an open field. So everybody is seeing each other. We got Team Farouk and Team Insanity using the portable covers to their advantage. We can see craters in the ground. Team Insanity has a really great position. They've got blown out cars. They've got different... Ooh, nice. I think that was a connection on that. Oh, wow!
Yo! Insanity's gonna be talking some trash.
Against Noah! You know Noah's mad about that one. Out of the car. Win is known for his snipes. And now, here comes Farouk's team pushing in from blue zone. Bobby Blaze getting knocked.
Gosh.
Insanity has a pretty...
Watch out! He just took 8.
Here.
He does, but he took some damage there going for the revive. Team El Mecca is out of here. That's 2nd place on the leaderboard, out with 18 points. It's a solid score line, but that'll push them from, I believe, 42 to 60 total points. And we know that Johan Zhu had 50 before, and they're showing 10 right now. So 60 points is the score to beat, and a lot of these other rosters need a lot more points than the ones that they have right now. So these fights are going to be everything. And again, it is 20 points for the winner chicken dinner. We see the rest of the squads try to restabilize Winsanity. They've lost Ferg, but they have restabilized with their other 3.
And Yamna is clutching it up for Team Rolex by staying alive, trying to get those placement points. I know Rolex wants to be in that top 5, so he's probably IGLing like crazy right now. And Yamna is an extremely good player, so we'll see how Team Rolex can get out of that sticky situation, because they got rolled up on and they got just in that nasty little spot in between teams here. But looks like it's Team Winsanity versus Team Farouk on this hill. Oh, Yamna picking up Little B from the side. She's still putting in work as a solo. Smoke's going out. Vehicle slowed up.
Yamna's able to stay alive. You're right, putting in work. I'm paying attention, though. Team Johan Zhu in deep trouble right now in blue, and there they go. Team Rolex out. That means Yamna just got picked up in transition. Team Johan Zhu, I believe, also out. That is our first place team out of this lobby. Our leaderboard is wide open. Let's take a look at the rest of the teams that are alive. Team Farouk in a little bit of trouble right now, but a top 5 team still in this lobby in the final 4. Team Winsanity, a top 5 team, still in the final 4 as well. These are big moments for those 2 teams. If Team Winsanity or Team Farouk get the win here, there is a chance they could win this entire competition.
It looks like nobody is in the circle right now. Everybody's gonna have to shift. And that's going to be extremely tough, because it looks like the circle's out in the middle of nowhere. People are trying to use any cover they physically can. Team Farouk on edge zone. Dr. Chemist keeping an eye on Bobby plays. I think.
Imagine.
And he did get picked up and instantly knocked. Bobby! Take off that corn suit. You need a little bit more cover, brother.
Dr. Chemist, this guy is locked in. I love it. Great trigger discipline, great patience. And you can see the boys creeping their way up here. Farouk, Dr. Chemist, 2 last alive, and they're going prone, crouching in the craters that they created, because that's the only piece of cover that they can find. But speaking of some craters, Mango is creating some craters on the other side with the bullets raining down from distance. Unfortunately, gets traded out, though. Dr. Chemist again?
What happened?
Dr. Chemist?
It was a 2v2, and Farouk!
Oh my goodness. Farouk, Dr. Chemist as a duo pick up the trades, win the third party, bring it down to the 2v2, and they find them in transition using those craters that only Rondo can afford. Unbelievable stuff there from Team Farouk. And Dr. Chemist in particular was shooting beams during that final fight. It was like 3 different eliminations that he just outshot his opponent. A huge win for Farouk, and I gotta say, to see Farouk's team and then Team Winsanity's team as the final 2 teams, they're picking up 18 and 20 points respectively. I don't know who wins this medal. I don't know what our final leaderboard looks like. They both those teams picked up a lot of eliminations.
Let me tell you, both matches that we just watched, Erangel and Rondo, you're gonna have to rewatch those if you missed either one. They were great. We just had some great custom rooms here with all these creators. I mean, that high IQ play at the very last second that Dr. Chemist made, like for a split second, I was like, why is he chucking a grenade? Did he accidentally like not do a smoke or something? But no, it was to create that crater in the map, and it just was just pure perfection there. A solid performance from Team Winsanity, solid performance from Team Farouk. A lot of the NA teams were outperforming the LATAM teams. The top 2 teams for the LATAM teams that were number 1 and number 2 on the leaderboards getting elimed very early on. So these placements can be all over the place. And I did see nade elims. I did not see any melees, but I did see car elims. So we're going to have to also see what happens with those challenge points as well, Goj.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of math behind the scenes that the admins have to do, because the little bit of math that I did is that we did see our 2 teams, like you had mentioned, Team Johan Zhu and El Meke. They picked up, I believe it was 10 points and then 18 points, or roughly around there, which means our score to beat right now is somewhere around 60 to maybe 64 points in total. So if you're looking at Team Farouk, you're looking at Team Winsanity, they need like at least 30 points, if not more than that, probably closer to 40 on this map in order to catch those two teams. Because yes, Almeke did fall very early. Team Johan Zeus was like middle of the pack. They made it towards the end circle. They just fell at the very beginning of that final fight, which is why it felt like they fell so early. So I don't know. There is going to be a lot of question marks around what this leaderboard looks like, how close it is. But there are no question marks around the fact that Dr. Chemist has got a massive brain, and he also shoots straight, man. That guy can do it all. Dr. Chemist and Farouk, a big win for them, and congrats to them on a winner chicken dinner there on Rondo.
I know that both Farouk and Chemist, like, they've got, I think Dr. Chemist is an actual doctor or an actual like chemist or something, and Farouk is
he has
like,
a doctorate.
Farouk's like an engineer or something. So like those high IQ plays really come in play, and you know, it just makes PUBG Mobile that much cooler because we get to see the strategies. Again, like whenever I see stuff like this, it makes me just want to play the game. So I hope you at home also this makes you want to play the game. Before I forget, anytime now at some point we'll make you guys aware, but we are going to be doing that UC giveaway to you guys, the community. We also going to be seeing who the winners are for both the leaderboard placements, the overall, as well as the challenges. But let's move over and check out what's going on in Mexico City. They are very hyped. Yeah, they're always hyped when we go back to them.
Yeah, definitely hype over here at the museum here in Mexico City because our matches are done. And I'm sure there's excitement about who you think is going to be the winner if you're on site watching this competition live. Really cool stuff here.
It just makes me want to rewatch the broadcast over on the LATAM side, because you know how the Spanish commentators are always so hyped. Like, I just want to see the excitement, because if this is the glimpse that we're seeing now, I just couldn't imagine at the two games, the end games that we saw, I'm sure that they were as hyped as we were.
Yeah, 100%. You can see that we're getting some interviews with some folks on site, and
yeah, I love the hats.
Go ahead.
Got on. No, I love the hats that they got on. Like, I want one of those PUBG Mobile 8th anniversary hats.
Yeah, 100%. Trying to pick up on some of the Spanish words that I do know, which is not too many, but generally speaking, it's a lot of hype and a lot of love. And again, this PUBG Mobile LATAM broadcast is live on PUBG Mobile LATAM's YouTube channel. You can just search that. It'll pop up for you. It's their official channel. And wishing a happy birthday here is our friend on site, PUBG Mobile. Happy birthday, happy anniversary. 8 years in the making leading up to this moment. This is awesome update and awesome competition, and even some emotions behind all of this, just because PUBG Mobile means a lot to a lot of folks, frankly.
Yeah.
And Metalcore, you're one of those. So like you said, you literally have a family
because
of this game.
Yeah. You know, it's so funny is like, before I even knew my wife or anything like that, like I was in a tournament against her and she wiped me and I didn't even know who she was or anything. But like when we started talking, I was like, oh, you owned me in a tournament. It's
awesome.
It's a small world, but also like PUBG Mobile's huge at that.
Yeah. It's a small world in the creator ecosystem, but it's also a literally a world. It's a global audience, global creators. You know, people from all over the world watching this broadcast and others, and playing the game every single day. It's so cool. I mean, even in this competition, just celebrating the Americas, you know, I was trying to do some calculations on how many different countries were represented, but it's a lot. I'll tell you that. It's double digits. There's at least, I think, 10 different countries represented between all of our different teams. 10 teams, 10 different countries is crazy. So,
and that's only just for this thing.
Yeah,
if you go to the esports events, it's like global. You know, it's just crazy. And I've always loved to see that, and because of that, because of the globalness of the game, some areas of the world even have different play styles and stuff. You know, it's just, and I actually am surprised because LATAM is known for being extremely good at PUBG Mobile and mobile gaming, and North America gave them a lot of like there was a good competition here. I felt like it was a very equal competition. It wasn't like one-sided or anything. We saw LATAM American winners and for match 1, and we saw NA American winners for match 2. So all in all, it was just a banger event. excited to see the overall leaderboards, but also interested to see what the challenge leaderboards are going to look like, because that is just back-end statistics that I normally never see and I never look at.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. That was one of the things that we couldn't really pay attention to because the game was so hyped towards the end. We were just paying attention to who was going to get the chicken dinner. So yeah, a lot of question marks around who won the most challenges, but overall a great celebration. We are having a chance, by the way. They're interviewing kind of audience members and folks that are just attending the event, which is awesome, in Mexico City. But we're also interviewing some of the creators that competed. So want to shout them out as well. As a reminder, we've got a ton of different creators streaming this competition all over the place. So if you watched one of your favorite creators today, definitely go check out their channels, all celebrating PUBG Mobile in the 8th anniversary.
Oh yeah, go check out all the creators.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, go check out all the creators. They're everywhere, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or Twitch, or you'll see PUBG Mobile everywhere, and you'll see these creators everywhere. So no matter what, you'll be able to search these creators. If you liked what you saw, if you like Dr. Chemist and you want to go search him up, you could search him up everywhere. If you like Winsanity, you could search him up everywhere. All these creators, a lot of them have been in the mobile gaming space for a very long time, and all of them are passionate about mobile gaming and passionate about PUBG Mobile. So I love to see it, and it reflects to the community that PUBG Mobile has.
Yeah, 100%. You can see the energy from our interviewer here as well. Loving this guy's energy. He's doing a great job on site. I just wish I knew more Spanish. This is the impetus I needed to go learn more Spanish, folks. That way we can be a part of more of these America's broadcasts and do more. But we love doing the English broadcast for the folks that also don't speak Spanish and do these awesome events. But ooh,
well, rolling his R's.
Wait a minute. We've got an interview.
Can you hear me, guys? Are you there?
I think he's trying to do an interview with Winsanity. Let's see if they can get it going.
Winsanity, are you there? Can you hear me out? Hello. We're trying to connect. Estamos tratando de conectar con ellos. Parece ser que
okay, they're still trying to connect. Well, that was exciting. Be good to hear from
This will be
Win.
cool. This will be cool.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a spoiler that Win won. I don't know.
Ooh.
There's a chance.
If they push that far in the leadboards, or if they got some challenges in.
Yeah. Or maybe they're not interviewing Farouk because his team won. I don't know. A lot of question marks.
Or one of the LATAM American teams.
Oh, they held on. True.
Yeah, they held on. Yeah. Because I don't know. Well, we still had revives, so they were able to get some extra elims on the board because people were getting revived early on.
Yeah.
We just don't know at this point. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh yeah, that's his name, Extreme the Player. Check out Extreme the Player. This guy's a fantastic interviewer. I saw his name tag a second ago. Extreme the Player, crushing it on site, man.
He's literally saying what we were just saying about how you can look at all the platforms basically, and
yeah. Definitely. Making sure to follow PUBG Mobile and all major platforms. Again, they've got all major platforms you can think of socials, but they also have a bunch of different accounts based on what region you're from as well. We've been shouting that out all day today. So go drop a follow on whatever region associates with you and the info that pertains to you with what PUBG Mobile's got going on in their ecosystem. But shout out to Extreme the Player and all of our streamers, all of our content creators, everybody that was a part of this amazing celebration. It's been a blast.
Hey, shout out to you, Goj.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Listen, Metal, I'll hype you up a little bit later after we see the leaderboard, but you did crush it today, man.
I appreciate that.
This has been a lot of fun. It's good to be back with PUBG Mobile, man. I've been doing a lot with PUBG Mobile the last several years, like I said, but back for another anniversary event is just so dang fun.
Yeah, it's nice to do. I think there's been two major things that we've done. I've done the casting with you now. I'm sure you've casted as I've played in one of these events.
Oh, a ton. I think I've casted with you 10 plus times.
But then you've done IRL casting, basically. You were a host for the IRL event that we were part of. And
yeah, the winter celebration. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So it's just PUBG Mobile's amazing for so many reasons. I could go on and on about it. Oh, look at those bags they're handing out. Look at that PUBG Mobile bag. That thing.
Hey, we got some swag bags. I will say that is something else PUBG Mobile does really well. They've got some great. I mean, you can see the merch. Their shirts are dope, but they've got some great merch. They're always sending out like swag packs of the creators and stuff. Getting some new like new gear is always really nice.
Remember, I got the biggest fall at that event. You guys were like,
Dude,
"Here's your
I
prize."
thought you fell so hard at our winter celebration event snowboarding that I thought there was going to be an issue. Like I
For
thought
the
you were
win.
not. I thought you were not okay. I'm gonna be honest.
I definitely knocked the wind out of myself, but it was for the win for that event, man.
That's right. That's right.
For the content.
Listen, like I said, it's all content, it's all fun, it's all celebration. But you content creators like to win, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Even if they don't win the UC, they want to be in that top 5 spot, man.
That's exactly right.
And you, the viewers, you guys, they send out swag packages to fans and everything all the time. So like, if you think, oh, the creators are only the ones getting the cool PUBG Mobile shirts or the stickers or the man, they always are having some big stuff. But
Oh, I think we got
here
an
we go.
interview.
Guys, how are you?
All right, let's listen in.
Hell yeah.
You ready? You're live right now in Mexico City. How you feel? Can you hear me? Ferg, Wing Sanity. Hola, hola.
Broadcast for real.
Yeah. Can you hear me out, guys? Hello.
typical Ferg.
You there? Ferg, Wing Sanity.
We got
Here, what's up?
Oh, what's
Oh,
up?
they got him. All right, let's
How are you?
let's
How you
listen in.
feeling
Let's
today?
listen in.
Great. We're waiting to see the final leaderboards. We feel pretty good, but that was a really fun tournament.
Ah, that's awesome, man. But, sorry, but I need to translate what I'm saying right now. Obviously, you understand this is everything in Spanish. So, if you don't mind, chicos, estamos aquí con los creadores de contenidos. Dice que están listos para continuar con la Pabla, para enterarse cómo van los puntajes. Y bueno, yo quiero hacerle preguntas sobre cómo se sienten respecto principalmente
shout out to
al
Extreme the Player,
aniversario
by the
número
way.
8.
This guy is
So,
doing
I have a question
everything.
for
Got the
Ferg.
hype
Is Ferg there?
and doing
Can you hear me out?
translating.
Hey, what's up, my man? How are you, bro?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. All right, my man, I have a question for you. Actually, a request. You need to say happy birthday to PUBG Man in your only and special way. It has to be fun. You ready? Real fun, yeah. You have to say happy birthday. You can say it in Spanish if you can, but it has to be fun. Imagine you have PUBG Man in front of you. So you have to say happy birthday in a fun way. You ready?
Can I? Sure, I guess. Happy birthday, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but happy birthday in a fun way. Not just happy birthday. Okay, you know how to say it in Spanish?
Yeah, how do I say it in Spanish? How do I
Okay,
say it
in Spanish is feliz cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños.
Yeah, feliz cumpleaños. You can start with
okay.
that and then
Feliz
in English.
cumpleaños.
Nice.
I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
feliz cumpleaños and then something fun. You ready?
Oh, something fun. Okay.
No. Yeah, fun, but it has to be fun. If you're ready, go.
Yeah. Feliz cumpleaños, PUBG Mobile.
Where's the fun?
Bro, I don't know what you mean.
Where's
by
the
this.
fun? It's crazy.
For those who speak Spanish, para ustedes que hablan español, le pedí a Fer que dijera feliz cumpleaños en español y luego algo divertido, pero no lo hizo. No lo hizo, solo dijo feliz cumpleaños, te quiero mucho, básicamente. Ferg, nice try. It wasn't fun at all.
Oh my god.
But at least I had fun. Thank you,
That
my
made it
friend
extra fun.
Ferg. Now we go with Winsanity. It's your turn. You ready, man? Are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah,
man.
I'm there.
So same thing. You have to say feliz cumpleaños and then something fun. Obviously, you can say it in English.
Wait, uno
right.
segundo, por favor.
Okay, no hay problema. Un segundo. One. Let's go. You ready? Ready? Winsanity. Feliz cumpleaños, then something fun. Ready?
Feliz cumpleaños, PUBG Mobile. Buenos noches, mis amigos.
Let's go! Mismo trabajo para Winsanity, tenía que decirlo divertido. Ferg, Winsanity, this was awesome. We're live in Mexico City in front of the museum and special museums here. So it was great having you here, guys. So you want to say something else before we continue to the stream? Ferg? Insanity?
I love PUBG Mobile, man.
Man,
Yeah,
great
PUBG
words.
is the best.
Let's go! Happy 8th birthday!
Happy birthday, feliz cumpleaños, PUBG Man, PUBG Mobile. Thank you, Ferg.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Insanity. Nice talking to you guys.
Nice seeing you too, man. Have
Nice
a great
to-
day, bro.
A
Same thing, my friend.
fantastic
See you
interview.
later.
Wow, that was a ton of fun. Also, again, big shout out to Extreme the player. That guy, a fantastic interviewer, and also being able to translate for everybody in Mexico City. It was great to hear from Ferg and Win. Obviously, big smiles, happy faces. But Metal, I gotta say, you could see it on their faces. They were sitting there just wondering and waiting for this leaderboard because they want to know they want to know if they won for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, that was wholesome to me. That was like, like the fact that that was both IRL and online across so many miles, and they were doing all
Yeah,
of that.
true.
It's just I don't know if I've ever seen something like that before with PUBG Mobile.
Crazy,
So that
man.
was super
Crazy.
cool.
Well, look, folks, you've been asking for it. We've been waiting for it as well. We've got a UC giveaway for you, and I got to say, you better be quick. It's the top 40 people. You better go first. It's the first 40. If you're the first 40 to type this in, go to amg.gg/legacy showdown. Here's your password on screen.
UC.
There were no clues. This is the only password. All caps. PUBGM8 Annie, ANNI. You see it on screen. You better get active. There is a QR code. It may already be gone, but if it isn't, you can screenshot my face and click that QR code to go to that website instead of typing it in. But hopefully you're one of our 40 winners. You better type it in quickly. Again, PUBGM8 Annie. That is your password. You can see it on screen. Head over to that website or click the QR code. We will show all 40 winners on stream, folks, at the end. If you see your name here in a little while, you will be a winner. But speaking of winners, Metalcore,
here we go.
We've got our winners. We got to take a look at our leaderboard. Who is our ultimate winner? Who is going to take everything? Holy cow! North America, who? Team Johan Zoo is able to hold on for their dear lives at the top of the leaderboard. 76 points. Insane win from them. Team Farouk and Winsanity tie, by the way, for second. 64 points. What on earth, man?
If Team Johanzu went out earlier, they could have had a chance. But the fact that Team Farouk and Winsanity were the last two squads, and actually, if no, because the point difference wouldn't have been that crazy if even Win won. He just would have gotten second place instead. But wow, what an insane leaderboard!
Yeah, this is nuts. Obviously, our top four did fantastic. All very close score lines. I mean, look at that. El Meke, who went down very early, still picked up 63, was only a point behind Farouk and Winsanity. But the two North American teams that snuck into the top four and almost snuck away with a victory, unfortunately thwarted by Team Johan Zoo. John Zoo, obviously, they won first map, 50 points, and that was the reason, folks. That was the reason they were able to hold on and get the win, and they were able to make it to about middle of the pack there with the extra rank points they pick up. They still picked up 10 rank points from that round, and so because of that, they were able to sneak their way to a victory, and again, very well earned. They crushed the competition in map 1, and having just a solid performance in map 2, Metal, gave them the win. Yeah, Team Johan Zoo, the champions of PUBG Mobile's 8th anniversary America's Legacy Showdown. Crazy stuff.
Congratulations to Team Johanzu. Congratulations to all the creators. I hope you guys made some great content here. It's a tough one when there's only 2 matches that need to be played, but these 2 matches were some great, solid matches, solid PUBG Mobile games. Happy 8th anniversary to PUBG Mobile. I'm curious to see the challenge leaderboards as well.
True.
Because, you know, Johanzu might not even be on there. You know, it could have been Rolex's squad for all we know that gets the challenge winning. So that's another 10,000 UC for grabs.
That's a really good shot. Team Johanzu is taking away 20,000 UC, by the way. All 4 players picking up 5,000 UC apiece. Huge win from them. But you're right, the challenge leaderboard is still to be seen. And that is another 10,000 UC to whichever team picked up the most wins in challenges. But we'll get a read on that in here in just a moment. I think they're going to double check everything. But again, one more time, big congratulations to our champions, Team Johan Zoo, holding on for a victory even after. I mean, again, honestly, 26 points is pretty solid for a map, honestly. That's like pretty strong. That would have been top 5 after map 1, down towards the bottom of the top 5. They just picked up a 50-point win in map 1. That's just tough to beat, and I guess today is too much to beat.
I mean, not only that, they got a good chunk of elim points before they got eliminated pretty early on there in the Rondo match. So if they wouldn't have gotten any elims and gotten taken out early, then they wouldn't have been in first place. But they still put in work in that second match. It wasn't as solid of a performance as their first match, but that first match solidified them with such a big movement on the leaderboard, where there was just extremely big of a gap between even just Farouk and Wynn's team to be able to push so far up. But I do like the diversity from the LATAM and the NA creators squads for the sides of the leaderboards. We've seen the top 5 with some, and then so. But I think we got the challenges ready. I think we got them ready queued up. So let's check them out. Let's see who's the challenge winners.
This is going to go through each of the individual challenges to see who the winners are. Dab Plays wins challenge number 1. Dab Plays team, if I move, they won't see me. They moved the furthest on foot, by the way. So big congratulations to Dab Plays team for picking up the win in this category. I don't believe anybody picked up a couple of these challenges, so we won't see all of them, but give me the next winner. Who's our next winner of the next challenge? Rolex, only with 1 elimination that came through from a what they're calling utility, kind of your lethals, your Molotovs and your frags. A single
That's crazy
elimination. That is wild. Metal wins challenge number 2 though, so that is a challenge win for Rolex. So you could have been right. And I don't think we had I don't think we had any vehicle eliminations. Would have been challenge 3. So challenge 4 goes to Farouk, which is I want to be a pro player. He
beat his last one.
Yeah, I was about to say, he originally had a lead of 198 meters. He got an elimination from 322 meters away in that last map. So he's going to win challenge number 4.
Dang. That's actually crazy that he one-upped himself.
Yeah, and I don't think we had any winner for challenge number 5 either. So we're going to move into our champion squad, Team Johanzu, to talk about their stats. 3,500 damage, 23 total eliminations in 2 games, by the way, is ridiculous. That means they picked up 8 eliminations in map 2 and 15, I think it was, in map 1. And they fired 1,960 shots, which frankly sounds like a ton. So they were fighting a lot, which makes sense with their elimination totals.
Yeah, congratulations to Team Johanzu. You guys put in work both in the damage category, the elims, and the amount of shots fired during those fights. But next up, we've got you guys, the giveaway winners. Let's see who won that giveaway.
Look at that. If you see your name, you don't have to go anywhere. You're going to get notified. But congratulations. You are the winner of our UC giveaway. You'll get notified and you will be a winner. You have to see your name on the screen to be a winner, though. If you don't see your name, you are not a winner. And of course, if you got questions, feel free to reach out to the moderators. They can help you out. But congratulations to everybody on the screen. I'm not going to read them all, but I do see Joey in there. And I see Fury. Congratulations. Monkey D. Luffy. Great reference. Panda. Azur. Look at this. Congratulations, folks. 40 of you have won some UC. So big congratulations to you all. It took you no time to win some UC just for paying attention and watching the broadcast and being ready for when we started screaming and telling you that it was coming. You typed it in faster than everybody else. You're a big winner today. Our players won a lot, but you get to win a lot as well. So congratulations to you if you see your name, and you'll be notified, all right? If you don't see your name, unfortunately, you did not win. But all of the folks that that won will be notified via either in-game or via email after your registration that you all put in. So nice and easy stuff there. Congratulations. Rolex unfortunately didn't win anything, I don't think. But Metalcore, like you said, UC, just for being here. What a great way to reward the community for celebrating our 8th anniversary.
Yeah, who doesn't love UC? And that amount of UC, again, you could get the Royale Pass, the Prize Pass.
That's right.
And that's tons of extra mythics and emotes and just upgradables. There's just a lot that you can do with that UC. So congratulations. Give yourself some hype if you won some UC. And if you didn't, there's a lot of UC that constantly is given away. So make sure you guys follow all PUBG Mobile social media channels because they're constantly doing giveaways back to the community.
That's exactly right. Look, Metalcore, absolute pleasure having you in the booth with me, man. And you did a fantastic job hitting all the points, but also just being extremely knowledgeable. Any final words for the broadcast, dude? It was an absolute pleasure to work with you.
It was, I hope we could do it again. It was a great time. Happy 8th anniversary, PUBG Mobile. Thank you for changing my life and so many others across the entire world. Thank you for being inclusive. Thank you for allowing for your game to be played on so many different devices, whether it's a low-end device and a high-end device. And I can't wait for the 9th anniversary, the 10th anniversary, and beyond. So, you know, happy 8th anniversary, PUBG Mobile. You're absolutely amazing. I don't know what else to say besides
I love it.
These events are always super solid. So I'm always super excited to be here. So.
Yeah, man, Metalcore, you crushed it today in the booth. But again, thank you for being the content creator that you are, man. You've been around since the beginning and still making content here with 8 years of PUBG Mobile. You put it perfectly. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday to PUBG Mobile for 8 years of crushing it in the mobile space and creating a fantastic game with so much new content. This America's Legacy Showdown has been a blast, and I've been an absolute I don't know. I keep saying absolutely because that's what it feels like. It's just been so much fun doing this with you, Metalcore. But to you all, the viewer, congratulations to all who won. But for those that didn't win, thank you for being here anyways, okay? We couldn't do it without you, the viewer. So thanks for tuning into these broadcasts every time they come around, whether it's anniversary streams or new content streams, anything about the patch, updates, everything that you're around for all of these show matches. We appreciate you. Go show some love to all the creators that were part of this competition. And thank you to everybody behind the scenes that made this possible. But finally, one more time, happy anniversary to PUBG Mobile. 8 years is crazy, and here's to hopefully 8 more or many more after that as well. We'll see you in another anniversary stream, I'm sure, but also some more streams right around the corner.